Good morning, every jetpack. Welcome into episode 10 of the Unpacking podcast. How are we doing, boys? Welcome to the stream today. Welcome. It is officially episode 10, which makes this the final episode of the pilot season of Unpacking. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for being here. Also, good morning, Cadiosin. Good morning, late Europacks. Good morning. Thank you for being here. We did it, boys. Sorry, a little bit low energy, a little bit crusty sounding, cause I might have legitimately just rolled out of bed, stumbled over to my stovetop, made a black cup of coffee and sat right down to stream. And not much has happened between that, boys. How we're doing this morning. It can't be over. It's not over. It's only just beginning. Ooh. Your jetpack. How you doing today, boys? Welcome in. Star Arcana, thanks so much for resubscribing with Prime and supporting the stream for 19 goddamn months. Thank you for being a Prime pack. Thank you for giving your Bezos bucks to support what I do. I greatly appreciate it. Hey guys, I want to ask, because we couldn't remember, is it true that there will be no user submitted questions executions? That is actually one of the questions that was asked, and that is not true. What will happen is, for season 1, I'm going to try and create like a very clean schedule, reach out to a bunch of VTubers like weeks in advance, be like, hey, can you be available on like the 6th of this day to be here for the interview? And then before that, depending on the person, how much ideas I have, or you know, what kind of want to talk about them with, probably open up questions to the community, as well as if we have any free spaces, there still will be Q&A episodes. Like for example, I think we might keep it consistent that the 10th episode of every season will be a big community Q&A no matter what happens. Alta, thank you so much. Alta, buddy, you're the best. Thank you so much for tier 3 for 27 months. Bongus, Arthur! I hope you're enjoying the gun tank designs, the new G-Quacks. Thank you for supporting the stream for so long, Arthur. Why the 10th? I think it's a nice round number, you know? It works. 10 episodes every season. This is the 10th episode. 10 episodes every season. 9 guests, 1 massive Q&A episode. Something like that, you know? Will you and the guest maybe also, that's kind of what I'm thinking, Digital Brother. Depending on the guest, I might be able to like put out a theme or an idea, like maybe, you know, when we have like Marco on or Cleo on, I can ask questions to the community that you guys might have about history, teaching, stuff like that, so we can get a different insight, because the whole point will be for season 2 will be actually genuinely, I know I use the term unpacking as like a joke a lot, but I think it will genuinely be trying to get a lot out of the guests in regards to their process, or how they go about stream, where they came from. Like, I don't want it to just be a conversation. I know a lot of podcasts tend to be conversations. It will be conversational, but I genuinely want to get to know things about the guests that maybe people don't ask them. I think that's what works really nicely with this format. So that might require you guys to, you know, send through some questions, some concerns. Also, thank you all the time for the 500 bits. I'm here for Jets Appreciation Month stream. Did I make it in time? No. But thank you so much for the 500 bits. Hiya, Jets. I'm watching this outside because it's so nice today. Whiz, dude, enjoy the sun. It's getting cold today, but I'm actually quite happy about it, because I think it means I get to wear a jacket, and I'm looking forward to that. Right now, I'm wearing a big t-shirt, no pants. Actually, I'm wearing my jetpack t-shirt. Sorry. Sorry, no, I'm a professional podcast host, and I'm wearing jeans and a sweater and my headphones, and I'm talking to you all. No, I'm wearing my jetpack for Shy on Summer merch t-shirt. Got my boys right over my heart. You know how it is, for real. Let me sip more of my coffee. I've not had enough of this yet. The sun is a deadly laser. No pants prove it. I'm sorry. I would that time. And I really would. I 100% would. I 1000% would. It's just I don't have the all the time. Oh, thank you so much for 5 to the community all the time. Thank you for supporting fellow members of the community. Thank you for supporting this stream. I really appreciate it. It just means your voice difference morning. I got morning voice. I'm sorry. It will warm up. I can't project currently right now. It's 7 in the morning. Give me a second. Trust me. By the end of the stream, I'll be squeaky famous, yelling through the rooftops. I might have genuinely rolled out of bed and hit go live button right now. The voice might be giving it away. All the time. Thank you for 5 to the community. Seriously appreciate it. I hope you're doing lovely today. Let me see. More coffee. Maybe with more caffeine I can wake my vocal cords up. But I do plan to get into the questions right away. Nobody! Thank you so much for 30 months of support. Thank you so kindly. Squeaky famous. Oh, hi, chat. Deep, sexy famous first. Hi, squeaky famous. It's just, it depends purely on my enthusiasm. Yeah, like my energy level. The more energetic I get, the just higher my octaves keep going up and up and up and up and up. Also, the more stressed I get, the more strain I put on my vocal cords, they'll get really, really, really tight. It's why I sounded so insane when I first started streaming. Cul-de-sac, thank you so much for gifting out to the boys. I really appreciate that. Thank you for supporting. When I say it, thank you for supporting me in this stream. I want to emphasize like how important that is to me. Like, you're gifting out subs to jetpacks, near and far, allowing them to watch the stream ad free, maybe enjoy it, let them to enjoy the emotes, spam, whatever pack gems they want, and also, of course, you support what I do. Thank you so kindly. This is like the fucking trying times, man, and I really, really, really appreciate you appreciating what I do enough to send support. So thank you again, nobody for 30. Thank you everybody this morning. Welcome into the final episode of the pilot season of the pod. I'm gonna level with you all right here, Jetpack, if we can. And I feel like this is the space where we can, because I tend to just get so, raw and vulnerable. I just this is where I really just open up and chat about everything. She's graduating now. I already did that. Got myself a BFA. Big fat ass. I wasn't sure how this was gonna go. I really wasn't sure. This is something I've kind of had the idea of wanting to explore for quite a while. I like talking to people. I like talking to people about their interests. I like talking to people about stuff they enjoy. I love answering you guys' crazy questions. So this idea always was floating in the back of my head as something I would like to work or develop or make or create. And I don't know, I think it was during the start of this year, after the really, really big move, when I think I was not aware of how much slow encroaching burnout I was experiencing, where I just wanted to talk to you guys and just hang out and chat. And that's kind of where this jumped out of, is I was like, I just need a reason to yap with my boys. And obviously I do that every stream, but like a dedicated space. But I really wasn't sure how you guys would respond to it, because once again, it's a shorter episodes, like shorter streams, which is not my normal. I'm normally like a up to 8-hour Andy, burning that candle at both ends, but it's a little bit shorter and more comfortable and really just talking. So I didn't know how you guys would feel about it. So I want to say seriously, thank you for supporting and enjoying the pod and showing up and hanging out and asking questions. Like, genuinely, thank you guys for suggesting themes and questions. We are going to go over all those theme stuff as well as the questions in today's episode. Seem really comfy so far. I'm glad you guys are enjoying it. Glad you've been having fun with these little discussion streams. You really keep it going. It's been really cool. Fire Free, dude, thank you so much for, oh my god, Ted 3 for 6 months. Half a year already. Time flies when you're having fun. No, seriously, I can't believe how close we are to halfway through the year. Thank you, Fire Free, for supporting what I do. Thank you for supporting. If you subscribed like 6 months ago, that's like right before my break. Thank you for supporting through my break. I really appreciate that. You never need a reason to yap with us. Oh, spick. Yeah, oh, shucks. Thank you so much for 500. Love the pod. No, I seriously, just wanted to take a second to, man, I love Jet's scruggly voice. Maybe I should speak like this more on stream, man. Unpacking some of my favorite streams. I'm genuinely so glad. I had no idea how you guys were going to respond to it. It could have just been like, oh, this is boring, but like the way you guys are enjoying this makes me so happy, because I really enjoyed this little show, and I cannot wait for season 1, having guests, having people on, getting to actually yap to VTubers, dissect their brains. I think that's going to be so fun. So I hope you guys look forward to it. I noticed you had Doom 3 on the schedule after Doom 2. Are you planning on playing Doom 64? It is true. Shinjaken. I should play Doom 64. I really should. The reason why I kind of jumped to Doom 3 is Doom Dark Ages is coming around the corner quicker than I realized, and I've not played as much Doom as I thought I would at this point. We'll see. Maybe we will try 64 before 3. I have Doom 3 question mark on the schedule. We can swap that and go for Doom 64. We'll see. By the way, which Doom 3? There's more than one? We'll have to look into this. sorry, which VTubers? I've said Quake Arena dudes. I want to play Quake Arena so bad. You're getting me distracted with game suggestions. Okay, boys, calm down. This is not a game suggestions episode. Vanilla and then the BFG edition. Okay, I imagine I'll just start off with vanilla unless you guys are like really passionate about the BFG edition. We can kind of decide that. I've got Doom 3 set tentatively on the weekend, so I am open to us pivoting and doing something else. Vanilla is better. Noted. After playing through all Doom 3 for the first time, I really just don't think it's a very good Doom game. Tech demo, sure, just not that fun. That's what I've heard people say about Doom 3. I still want to try it out. Like, classic thing, boys. I think we can genuinely have fun with most any games. There's been very few games, if maybe 2 games max, I have ever decided to be like, I'm not finishing this on stream. Or like I've gotten a few hours in and went, this is not for me. And often it's probably story character based less than game mechanics. I find game mechanics I can tough through because they can kind of be fun. When a game's a bit broken or weird, like think about Human Revolution has like strange things where it's like, this is kind of, we're just walking around and mechanics are halfway there. I think we can still find a lot of joy in those. Which games? There was like a point-and-click adventure game I just wasn't vibing with, and not much. Really not much. Doom 3 is very Doom appeal. Doom 3 raw jets. I want to check it out. I do want to check it out. I think we'll have fun with it. It's a spooky atmosphere. I think I'll enjoy it. We'll give it a go. I tried one stream of it back in like 2021, so I think I've changed and grown so much as a person who streams, a person who plays video games, that I've really been enjoying coming back to the Doom series after a few years of originally playing them. I feel like it's character development. It's live action character development of seeing the way. I wish I had those early VODs though. I really do, to be able to see, like, I don't know, just commentary, reaction, all that. When we get to Doom 2016 or Doom Eternal, which is the one where there is the... Let me double check this. What is the one VOD that does exist of me playing Doom? That's going to be the specific game that will blow my mind, because I'll be able to check the VOD channel for reference. And that's going to mess with me, I feel like. That's going to go to oldest. Doom Eternal End Boss is the only VOD that exists of me playing Doom. And I feel like when we get to that, and I can do a 1-for-1 of seeing how far I've come, I feel like there's gonna be a surreal kind of self-reflective moment of, whoa, yeah, okay, I always was doing that. Oh, wow, I've really improved with that. All those kinds of things. Doom 3 VR edition. We could. I want to play more VR games. We played Alex on stream and that was really great, but since playing Alex, I've gotten a way better understanding of my 3D tracking tech. So I want to play more 3D games so you guys can get a way better model capture of me playing the game and having model on the screen and all that. Start the VOD on stream, race yourself. Super Hot. Yeah, I want to play Super Hot. And then there was another game that was suggested to me that's a bit like Alex. Like, it's like a shooty game. I'm trying to think of what it is, but I can't think of it right now. Doom 3 could be a good VR game. True. Bonework. It's Boneworks. Yeah, I've had Boneworks suggested to me. I would like to check out Boneworks, boys. Let me sip my coffee. Blade and Sorcery is also good. That sounds fun. That sounds very fun. Duke Nukem OG already played it. The Duke Nukem VODs should be on the VOD channel. If I'm certain, yep. Duke Nukem Volume 3D Volume 1, yep, the entire Duke Nukem playthrough is on the VOD channel. Wow, look at that. Look at the OG Jets thumbnails. Me playing, there's me playing Minecraft with Hanya and Nemo. That takes me so all the way back in Vivi's Minecraft server 2 years ago. To think, 2 years ago, I was playing Minecraft with Hanya and Nemo in Vivi's Minecraft server and like tentatively making VTuber friends, and now I consider that was like back when I first got to know Vivi, and now I consider Vivi like a really good friend. I consider Hanya one of my best friends. That's so crazy to think about. Time, man. Anyway, let's not get too nostalgic, even though I think it's fair to be a little nostalgic on the final pilot episode of the Unpacking pod. We're going to be unpacking a bunch of stuff, so we can get into that kind of thing. Should I start the questions right away today, boys? I think I should. Well, I'm only half joking. I still kind of recommend at least trying out Down Under Dan, Australian point-click adventure game made by Australians in DOS, I think. I would love to play that deep phrase. There's a Australian point-click kind of puzzle game called Frog Detective that I've wanted to check out for quite a while. There's a few one-shot games like that I think I would like to try going forward. We just keep getting caught up with the classics. Right now it's Doom. Right now I'm really focused on Doom, though I think we might also try out maybe OG System Shock and some things like that. But boys, should we get into the unpacking the questions, the final questions of the final pilot episode of the Unpacking pod? Let's do it. I didn't realize Fraud Detective was Aussie. I need to play those myself. I have such... Okay. I've never talked about this because I was worried it would be docs. But I genuinely don't think there's any possible way I could be doxxed by this because the place no longer exists anymore. I don't think I could be doxxed by this. Okay, just be careful. No. I'm pretty careful. I know, not really do, but kind of. Jess is a creator there. Time for the Wayback Machine. No. There's legitimately no way you can get any information from this. So this is just like, this is one of those crazies, like those crazy, like I know a cousin who knows an auntie, who knows an uncle, who knows a person who worked for the thing. When I was in mech studies, worked at a gallery which was cooperatively ran by the wife of the guy who made Untitled Goose Game. Which is crazy, right? Unless you, like, we would... Isn't that kind of crazy? Practically siblings. There's no way, because the gallery no longer exists and the lady no longer works there, and there was never any record of any information about me working there because I was a volunteer. So don't worry, you're not gonna find shit. You're not gonna find shit on me, don't worry about it. But isn't that kind of crazy? And they were roommates. Yeah, because I would talk to his partner and she's like, oh yeah, because I think I mentioned I like video games. And she's like, oh, my partner makes video games. I was like, really? That's so cool. I was like, she was like, yeah, he made this one game, Untitled Goose Game. I was like, what? What do you mean? Ma'am, I played your husband's game. It was like, I was just sitting there, like, I think I was doing back, that fucking gallery was bullshit, by the way. I was not being paid for it because you never get paid. It's all freelance work in the arts world. Oh, if you work for us and you'll get connections for this, then you'll get an exhibition, blah, blah, blah. I did like back-end admin work for their website development, like going through like generations of archiving stuff. No payment. Damn free exposure labor. But yeah, kind of like an intern. Like I interned at this gallery. Anyway, I was talking to her and she was like, yeah, I made this one game. I was like, what? And then she was talking about, so yeah, the Frog Detective dev worked under the guy who did Untitled Goose Game, because then she recommended me Frog Detective because of that. You get free food? Hell no, they didn't even get free coffee. Then Big Walk was announced. You mentioned or joked you knew about something. Yeah, I should probably reach out to the dev team, be like, hey, you have no idea who I am because I worked briefly as an intern for your wife, but hey, could I... But yeah, no, I mean, actually the most I did was at one point there was some kind of exhibition where there was like tea and I had to keep the tea hot. At one point, but that was like a weird tangential I know a person from I know a person kind of thing. Kind of crazy, cool. It's because it's like Australia, right? There's 5 of us. You end up kind of just knowing everybody. Specifically if you kind of end up in arts practice worlds. It's like how I know every Australian streamer, because there's only 4 of us. Like you go to one PAX, you meet everybody. You just meet everybody. Like It's surreal. Hi Jets, hi Slave, and hi everybody, welcome in. Sorry I haven't properly said hello and good morning. Hello and good morning. How are you all doing? Welcome in. Hope you're having a lovely day. It's like you're in the same country or something, but it's different than like America, because that's like massive. You could live in America forever and not meet every streamer, but Australia's not like that. You generally have a high proximity of meeting a lot of people. I heard in PAX, Vashine used your hotel room. Oh no, I used to live located closer to PAX. So Vashine came over to my old facility and we sat on the couch and ate pizza together. Twice. Crazy that happened twice. two different conventions. Was it 2 different PAXs? No, I think it was DreamHack and PAX. And the pizza was so good that they insisted we ordered the same pizza the second time round. We played Mario Kart. No, we played Mario Party. And it was absolutely lovely. Jets, I'm following like 10 Aussie streams at the point. I can't stop collecting them. I would like to say I'm sorry, but I'm actually not. You're welcome. You're welcome. Jets, you sound really fine and cool today. Maybe I should speak like this all the time on stream. I gotta pick up smoking. I either gotta start streaming earlier, or I gotta pick up smoking, boys. Okay, but who won? I think Cleo. But I'm not surprised by Cleo winning. No smoking. Don't worry. I'm a big fan of Capcom. I know that smoking's bad. Classic Cleo W. Sorry, let's get into the questions, because we have quite a few of them and more of them are coming through. I see more questions popping up in the response forms. And I've already been talking for a little bit and we'll inevitably go on more tangents about this. So let's get into it. Episode 10, first question. Thank you for asking. Hello and lovely day to the lady on the screen. That's me, and the Chads in chat. That's you boys. Long time watcher, first time sleeper here. And I would want to hit you with a rather cliche question with a bit of a twist. I like that. If you were given only one option, okay, it's already starting difficult, of each category, which would you choose before your timely demise? What would be your final game, music, meal, video/show? It can be both. Or is there anything else you'd like to share? Your final thing before you do it then. Sorry for the long question. Thank you for taking your time to answer. If you do, cheers. CW. Thank you so much for the question. I think this is it's a cliche question, but it's a good one. Final episode of the pilot, final asking about your final things. I like it. I can respect it. Final game is, I will be honest. What popped in my head is like 2 things, genuinely. First one was Portal 2. Second one was something like EU4, because it's like that game has no ending, but I can't play it well. Like the meta choice is you choose a game that has no ending, and you can just keep playing it forever. And then you're like, try killing me, bitch. You know, you're like that. Like I was like a strategy game, like a game that doesn't have an ending, like an infinite Dwarf Fortress, something like that. Getting over it, truck simulator, like a multiplayer, like that's like a roguelite. Like I choose Balatro. Like try making me end this. I choose an endless run of Balatro. Yeah, like something like that. But the genuine like Jets core question is, my brain went to like Portal 2. But maybe genuinely Armored Core 6. Like I know that's probably a cliche Jets answer, but I would want to hear the Walter music, like boss fight, one more time before I go out. Like that boss fight with the fucking red and the music and the that would be pretty amazing. But also Portal 2 would be kind of like it's like it has a full circle thing. Like seeing the music at the end of Portal 2 of all the turrets, you know, singing and stuff, like that would be a good way to go out. Like it has a finality to it that's quite beautiful. Imagine it's the only time you beat Tiracarpalis. See, I kind of would be down for that. I would happily go out. Full run of Armored Core 4 answer, I beat Tiracarpalis. Like that's pretty, I'd feel gratified that I finally would have bet that boss. I think, yeah, it's cliche for me, but I'd probably go for those kinds of things. My game is either Half-Life 3, if I get to play Half-Life 3, or I get to live forever. Good choice, Connor Badger. Good choice. Yeah. So go out with a bang, or try to keep it going forever. No, the going forever things are not a legitimate answer. That's more of a meta answer. I think I'd rather go out on a really good boss fight. I choose a game with a really, like, I choose something kind of crazy like Elden Ring. I don't know, 100%ing Elden Ring and then beating the final boss of the final DLC, because it would feel good. And you've had a full epic adventure. And I've never even played Elden Ring, but you know what I mean? Something. Metal Gear! The Metal Gear Revengeance would be fun, but they kind of blitz through it too quickly. Something like that. Probably Minecraft, to be honest. I mean, technically there is an end to Minecraft. You have to beat the dragon, right? No RE series, Resident Evil. I've never played Resident Evil, so I couldn't say. But yeah, I think it would be, it's cliche for me, but I think I'd go for the, oh, Death Stranding! Oh, but would I want one of the final things I see to be the fucking America fucking, oh, no, actually, no. I don't know. I don't know if I'd want to sit through. I don't know if I'd want to sit through that Kojima bullshit. But it would be kind of nice to go out Death Stranding. That has a bit of a beautiful full circle. Maybe Death Stranding 2. We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, do you want to live on the beach with that smug little bitch for eternity? I mean, I'm not sure. But yeah, that's probably game. Something like that, you know. Predictable, I know. But that's kind of what I think I'd go for. Music. Final music. I've thought about this beforehand. I think maybe it's that one song by Patti Smith from the album Horses about the guy's dad dying and then the aliens coming down and abducting him. Which up and he realizes his dad is on the alien ship, and he says, "Dad, please take me." And I think the alien ship refuses to take him. He says, like, "It's not your time, son. Your time will come." And I don't know why. I like it. It's really good. Anyway, I feel like that would be my favorite, my choice of final song. That, or I don't know, like freaking Dark Side of the Moon, because you know, something like that. Something Pink Floydy. Not yet, Earthling, your time will come. I really like that song. Average Voice of the Void experience. True. Albajoni Aligo in D minor is pretty nice also. That sounds sick. God, I promise you will love Empires Never Know by Jessica Pratt as you get abducted by aliens. I am curious. I don't think I've ever listened to Jessica Pratt. Let's see. This is only the first question. I'm getting quite distracted. We're gonna have to start working through the questions pretty quickly. Just Jessica Pratt. Oh no, I love Jessica Pratt. Yeah. That one album of her sitting on the freaking windowsill. Yeah, I have a bunch of these. I have On Your Own Love Again saved on a bunch of playlists. Yeah. Yeah. Jess, it's okay to like Lana Del Rey. I mean, back in the day, I wasn't anti Lana Del Rey. Like, I've listened to Ultraviolence and I've appreciated it. I just don't think nowadays I go back to listen to Lana Del Rey much. Like when I was in high school, I listened to Ultraviolence, and like her music's lush and dramatic and interesting, but it doesn't hit as well as like Both Sides Now by Joni Mitchell and how lush that album is. Anyway, I'm getting a little distracted. Final meal, probably a whole liter of tiramisu. Final video or TV show, I'm gonna have to say Twin Peaks, entire thing all the way up to season 3. And anything else that would be your final? I'm not sure. Maybe Passage by Vienna Teng is really soft-spoken words that always gets me. Some songs hold up well, they do. Different genres, but Hollywood Burns makes dark synth stuff with alien tones, classical concerts and stuff, etc. And it goes hard. Dudes, I gotta get back on my synth stuff. I go for little phases here and there. Remember when I was getting my Neon Genesis tattoo and the artist started playing Joni Mitchell and I started floating? Cinema, dude, cinema. Thank you so much, CW, for the question. That was wonderful. Let's get to the next question before I get too distracted, because we have a bunch of questions coming through here today and the pod isn't meant to run too long. Alright, boys. Next question. Assume you an art project. You're very is this? Your art projects are on a very flexible time schedule. When do you decide to complete it? Oh, assume your art project's on a very flexible time schedule. Noted. When do you decide to complete it? There is always something you can fix. True. More details to add. Yes. Part that's incomplete from your mind's eye, etc. How do you decide this is the complete end and to not drive you mad with internal questions? Or do you just try not to think about it? Move at a specific pace anyway and end by feeling, or is it different altogether? This is a classic question. When to finish a project, specifically an artistic project, because there technically is never an end on most, if not all, artistic projects. And I'm going to be honest, this is genuinely one of the things that I got taught in mech studies. Like, there was the whole first year of mech studies, I think, was learning when to stop, practicing and challenging that. And there's different ways to do it. Like, you actually can test this. Then the end is never the end, is never the end, and it's never the end. What I was encouraged to do back in my study, and I genuinely benefited from, is you test yourself with time constraints and you learn what you enjoy, like what level of incompleteness do you enjoy. So okay, I'm gonna draw this bottle and I'm gonna do it in 2 seconds. Okay, now I'm gonna give myself a minute, I'm gonna give myself 3 minutes, I'm gonna give myself 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, I'm gonna give myself 3 hours, I'm gonna give myself a whole day to work on this. Giving yourself constraints on projects you're working on. And I think this could probably apply to a lot of things. Maybe like, hey, can I make a song in like 15 minutes. No, I'm not going to overthink it. I'm not going to cram. I'm going to be like 15 minutes, timer on, make a jam, put a beat down. Or I'm going to try and edit something, or I'm going to try and sketch something or write something, like a time constraint. What can I write? Creative writing challenge, but I only give myself this restriction. And if you do that for a bunch of different time constraints, then looking back, you can kind of find your sweet spot in which you're kind of getting your flow, you know? Okay, at a minute, I'm not fully rendering things to a level. Or, hey, I didn't realize I could get as much ideas and information down at 5 minutes. That's kind of interesting. And by an hour, I'm overthinking things and I'm editing and I'm kind of losing it and I've kind of lost some cool idea. I think that is a challenge I did that taught me to not be as precious with finalizing things. When you do that, you realize, hey, well, for me at least, I realized, hey, I kind of like the way the project looks at a more constrained time frame when I've not put all the details in. And it kind of taught me to take a step back and appreciate the incompleteness and lean into that and then not feel so intimidated by it. True, I feel it's good advice if you're not experimenting with ideas and text state. True, that's like at the experimentation stage. I guess it's different if you're working on a project with a time limit. I find, unfortunately, if you've got like an indeterminate project you're working for with no time limit and you don't know when to finish it, constraint is really valuable. Constraint and restriction is, I think, genuinely one of the most underrated things for all process. Giving yourself either material constraints or time constraints is so valuable. Like, okay, I want to work on this project because you can just keep on working on it, or you'll just let it go because you'll be like, oh, well, I'm not really happy with it and I can't really get it done. And, you know, and because of that, it's just going to keep falling to the wayside. If you're like, I only have this amount of time, even if I don't think it's going to be done, I need to put it out by the end of the month. Why? No one's telling me to do it, but I'm going to tell myself to do it. Is so valuable because it forces you to have to kill some of your darlings and accept some of your hang-ups about the project. For my video edits, it's pretty much, does it hit all the parts I wanted it to, and do I find it funny cool? If it hits these, I don't have any more things I want to add in a timely manner, then it goes right in the Jean memes. That's also true, but that's you, Prave, you're giving yourself some degree of constraints with that. Does it hit the parts I wanted, which aren't detailed, that they're vague, and do I find it achieves a feeling, funny, cool? That's also a good advice. Instead of getting hung up by the minutiae of a project, give yourself broad constraints. Okay, I want to make a painting. I want it to have this subject, this thing, this color, this shape. I want it to have this feeling. If it somewhere lands in that ballpark, it's a lot easier to package it up and send it off than if you're like, it needs to be this specific tiny detail, then maybe you allow yourself more space to get in your head about it. Does that make sense? Does it make sense? This advice is needed to hear. I'm glad. I'm just kind of throwing out, words here. So I want to hear your guys' takes as well. Has your opinion on eggs changed? What was my previous opinion on eggs, Potato Master? Remind me. I will see if it has changed. And also I will drink a little more coffee. Whenever I produce original music for people, it can become so open-ended that sometimes the best thing to do is just to introduce a time constraint. Yes, specifically, it's always fun as an artist to get a project where it's like, go crazy, go stupid. But that can actually kind of suck. I find I genuinely do my best work when I'm given conditions and restraints, and when given myself or given a goal by a client, because then you can kind of work something interesting into that idea rather than being like, where the hell do I start? I don't remember. I've asked it to over 100 people. That is okay, Potato Master. Really try making music with a time constraint? Yeah, like music, hopefully this can apply to anything. Obviously some things with this wouldn't apply to. You can't really give yourself a time constraint with baking. Like, I'm gonna try baking cakes in 2 seconds. Why is it runny and terrible and I now have salmonella? Obviously this is more just within the realms of like edit, drawing, crafting, that kind of stuff. And then I guess certain crafts like maybe sewing or knitting or all those kinds of things take a bit more time and they're process driven. But I guess more broad arts like editing, music, painting, drawing, those kinds of things, try playing with giving yourself conditions and restrictions and seeing, like, don't just play with the conditions and restrictions, also give yourself a little bit of time to actually reflect on it. Did I like the artwork more when I had less time, or did I like it more when I had more time? And that can tell a lot about your process and also the aesthetics you enjoy. Because I think this kind of relates back to having your own personal language that you want to express yourself with, which half the challenge is not even making it, it's finding out what the hell you want to make. I hope that helped. Thank you so much for the question. Let's go to the next question. Next question. Given the recent events, also the creator will also probably be the harshest in their own work. There's some videos I've done and I've thought I didn't do that as well as I thought, and then you get the loudest reactions from you in the jetpack. Exactly. It's very easy to get in your head. Sometimes just send it. Because even if, okay, the worst possible scenario, it doesn't get the reception you thought this amazing piece would get, it's now done and you can move on to the next thing, you know, and in some cases it might actually end up being a better reaction than you thought it would be, you know. Given recent events, I should have finished that sentence, my bad. Given recent events, I've got to ask, do you think you would ever join a corpo, or is Cynapse your forever corpo? I did say I'd be answering every question, including questions like these, so let's get into it. Let's talk about this. I've mentioned my kind of feelings about all of this stuff many times on stream, so I apologize for long time jetpacks that feel like I'm rehashing old stuff. However, let's get into it. I'm not anti-corpo, first of all. I'm going to say that right off the bat. In fact, I'm definitely not anti-corpo. I'm open enough to the corpos that I have been through the application process of quite a handful of different corpos, not for genuine interest in maybe joining, but a genuine curiosity about agencies, opportunities, ways of doing things, of getting an insight and perspective about stuff. And like when I first started off VTubing, like PNG days back in 2021, when the entire ethos and world of VTubing was very, very different, I think I was a lot more open to, if not aspiring to, the idea of joining corpo, because back then that's the only way I could envision any future of VTubing. I think as I've grown as a streamer and as streaming has grown and VTubing has grown in general, I'm a lot more confident and stubborn and passionate about my condition of being an indie. And just because I'm that way doesn't mean that I dislike any corpos. In fact, just because I still maintain the same understanding, insight, and appreciation of them I had when I started, just personally my confidence has changed, you know. Corporate curious. I'm corporate curious, you know. like applying, like doing applications, putting like trying to sell yourself, pitch yourself, doing the application videos. Very interesting, exciting, fun process that I've done before, and I like talked to people through interview processes and stuff like that, and I've really valued that. But on top of valuing that just from getting an insight, I've valued it because every time I've done that, it's allowed me to reaffirm my values. Like through doing that, talking to corporations, seeing what they offer, seeing their perspectives, seeing their opportunities, actually has allowed me to reflect on my values and go, okay, that's really cool that you guys offer that, but that's not for me. There's been opportunities that have come up that I've actually turned down, and every time I've done so, it's been the sentiment that I've sent through to the individual I'm talking to is, thank you so much for the opportunity. I really respect what you guys do and I appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. However, this opportunity isn't for me. There is someone out there who will be more passionate, enthusiastic, whose dream it is to be an idol, whose dream it is to be in a corpo. And I realize when talking to them, that's not me. Like I get that self-reflective moment of, this is a great opportunity. This is really cool. This is a really passionate like a team or company or agency or whatever. I'm just not cut out for this. This isn't the thing I aspire towards. You know what I mean? So it's more, I've appreciated those chances to apply and look into it, because it's allowed me to understand what I value. I do recall you said the same thing way back then. I've been upholding this mentality forever. Like, like this is, I do feel bad for jetpacks who probably heard me say this 1,000 times. This is nothing new that I'm mentioning right now. It's also become much easier to be indie. The industry is no longer so limited. Artists and riggers aren't only available to corporators. You can email people you know. I'm also it's like, I like grassroots creativity, man. I really like grassroots creativity. I have oppositional defiance disorder. I like creative collectives. I like being able to reach out to artists and musicians and be like, hey bro, you want to work on this? Spitball, let's go for this. No time constraint, no restrictions. We do what we want. That brings me joy. That's what I value. That process of creating, that process of working with people and meeting people and building things up. That just appeals to me. Being a corpo in 2021 is very different to being a corpo in present day. That's also entirely true. Jets, are you touching grass today? I probably will. I think I'll go touch grass today. I mean, I'll probably go out, maybe get a coffee or something like that after the pod. Who knows? I probably should do some cleaning. You really are a DRI punk rock hippie. I am. That's what I realized when I talked to these corpos. Is like, you guys are cool, and you genuinely, clearly care about your talents, and you're passionate about the people you work with, and I respect you so much. And then I realized I'm just not the talent they're looking for. You know, the things I want to do would just not work with it. I could maybe walk the walk, and I can maybe talk the talk. But I think I know that, but at the end of the day, it wouldn't make me as happy as being able to just do this my own way. Gotta go my own way. Go my own way. And that's my own personal hang up, you know, boys. I feel like there's some corporates that could be more compared to indie publishers for games. I don't know how to explain it. They're just that chat messages, the same that act more responses. Yeah, exactly. And like, I find there's a lot of ways I've been able to get opportunities independently that I really value, like working through key creators, going to PAX, emailing Bandai myself, talking to Con from Bandai and doing stuff like that I enjoy. Like, I actually enjoy being involved in the industry and the nitty gritty and meeting people and chatting and connecting and being able to bring those opportunities to you guys on my own terms. That's the kind of stuff that I value again. Bro, your coffee cup radioactive rise and glowing. It's a different asset than the rest of the world. I'm gonna get it. Don't worry, -1. I'm gonna get new assets for season 1. Don't worry. I still feel sometimes I want more people to be enlightened by jets. That's all. What do you mean like by putting myself in the position of joining a corporation, more people might be able to see what I do? I mean, that's cool and all, but I genuinely, and this isn't like the streamer like, no, I just love you guys so much and I don't care about the numbers and tee. No, legitimately, like, I enjoy this corner of the internet we have. I enjoy being able to choose to play a freaking Professor Layton game or some mecha games or CRT stuff and know you guys are going to hang out and it's going to be cozy and the bants are going to be good and you guys are going to be fine with me telling you guys to fuck off or, you know, backseat or goof. And I'm fine with people finding this corner of the internet whenever they want to, you know, and stumbling into it. I genuinely don't have any desire to be like, overnight, like, I need a bajillion more jetpacks. If jetpacks want to stop by, they want to stop by, and I hope when they do, they genuinely go, wow, this is a cozy little corner. I enjoy this. I want to actually hang out here. I feel comfortable here. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. What's up? How you doing? What's up, Goki? How you doing? Same thing for me. When I have opportunities in the fashion industry, I know sometimes the mass marketing commercialization of my passion stuff might be the thing that kills them for me. Yeah. Gatekeep your ocean. I'm not encouraging gatekeeping or anything like that. I'm not trying to keep the pack. I'm just saying I'm very content. I'm very happy. I'm very gracious for what I have and for you guys. Genuinely, I'm deeply gracious for this community, and I wouldn't change anything about this for the world. And if more people stop by, I will be so thankful, but I'm okay with people doing that on their own terms because they like what I'm doing genuinely. Not just because I have a certain name attached to me, or not just because I have a certain model or a certain, person I work with, but because people actually value what I do. Like, it sounds maybe pretentious, I don't know, but that's how I feel. I'm moisturized, I'm in my own lane, I'm flourishing. Yeah, you're pretty cool yourself, boss. You too, Jetpack. So Cynapse is my forever corpo, but that's to say that doesn't mean I'm not opposed to working hard on things. I still want to make really cool things, and I want Cynapse to the moon, I think anything's possible as an indie, and I'd like to maintain showcasing that. If I ever did join a group or a corporate or an agency, you bros would know that it's because the opportunity is really fucking good. And the reason would be because I know that network or that space would allow me to do bull-bustingly cool shit. If I could do it and it meant I can do everything I want to, but we just give you a bunch of shmoney for you to make really crazy projects, then I think I would consider it. If it's we're gonna give you the stuff for full 3D tech and you get this and that, and I'm you're telling me I can do this with the integrated stuff with the chat, and it's I could have a talk show, a panel, a thing and everything, then I would do it. It'd be purely for making cool things for you guys at the end of the day, above anything else. That's genuine. It would be that above everything. I just don't think I could handle the restrictions that come with certain groups. I just don't think I could. It'd be no restrictions, full creative opportunity. That's it. One day we could get you to the moon and reunite you with the rest of the glorps. Yeah. Because I'm just not idle. I'm just not idle, boys. I'm gonna hang out with guy freaking VTubers. I'm gonna yap to IRL streamers. I'm gonna tell you guys to fuck off. I'm gonna make goofy CRT streams and bad jokes. I'm gonna sing my shitty Wilco songs, and that's just who I am, You're not idle. You're very busy. I'm very busy. I know, that's just how it is here. So, and I want to keep being able to do that and hanging out and keeping the atmosphere, drinking beer, playing retro video games. Yeah, I want to keep that, and I don't want anything to ever challenge that. Are you fidgety? You can't stand still? Yes. I am very fidgety. It's a problem. All right, let's go to the next question. I think I've rambled about that as much. All that to say, reiterate, just because my ethos is that way does not mean I discredit corporations. In fact, I genuinely respect them and understand entirely why people want to be part of them. And from the people I've talked about who work at corporations and in agencies, I legitimately it's never been, I'm not going to join this because this seems dark and evil. It's always been because personally, I know there's someone out there who deserves that opportunity more than I do, whose passion and goal and life dreams to join that corporate, and it's more like it's not mine. So why should I steal that slot from someone else? I would feel wrong trying to be something I'm not when there's someone out there whose only whose massive goal was to join that agency. Yeah. I'm just not the corporate type, man. And that's okay. There's VTubers for everybody. Hi, Jets. Okay, let's read this one. Hi, Jets. I want to say congratulations on season 1 of the Jets pod. Thank you so kindly. It's like the first season of Star Trek TNG. It was trying to find its footing, but also like Star Trek TNG. I know it's going to grow into something unique and great. Oh, thank you, dude. It's already a favorite segment of the stream for me. I really appreciate you saying that. Alongside the scuff karaoke, and when you fall or jump off something to your death. I'm glad! That's my favorite ongoing big also. Best of luck with next season. I'll miss the pod while it's gone, but I also know that whenever you take a break from something, it's going to be back bigger, better, and stronger than ever. Also, what color do you think tastes the best? Probably red. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, dude. Also, Fossil Envy, thank you for choosing to subscribe to the stream. Welcome in. Thank you for supporting what I do. Please enjoy your emotes. We have a lot of them. If you're not an emoter in the chat, please enjoy your ad-free Bongers cast. Yeah. I didn't think it'd be alert for. I tried to sneak in. Sorry, no, Fossil, don't worry about it. I don't have alerts for follows nowadays because I like to let people lurk in peace, but I do have alerts for subs because I want to properly be able to thank you. So thank you for supporting. Red, I think I prefer blue. I just think red's tasty. Red 40, come on now, boys. Tasty, tasty. Is this the bonkers cast? It is. Thank you for supporting the first season. I said it earlier in the episode, but once again, I want to reiterate, thank you guys for supporting the first season. It means that I am now feeling confident enough to invest a little savings into season 1. I'm getting stuff done for it. There's gonna be a new intro, new overlays, new stinger. It's gonna have a full official little setup, which I hope you guys look forward to. And there's gonna be guests. It's gonna be amazing. So you guys supporting this and actually enjoying it way more than I thought you would has meant that we're gonna go all in for the first official season, and it's gonna be a real thing. It's gonna be a really cool thing. Time to call up Shindigs. We need more music. Dude, cooked. I said this the other day, but seeing everyone go crazy for Shindig's mention on the Cleo debut made my heart so happy, man. It makes my heart so happy. Shindigs has been supporting the stream since so long, and I've been supporting Shindigs' stream since forever. It's just like seeing your boys do well. It feels good, man. There better be a brand new intro. There might be. You'll just have to wait and see. We're gonna get Jack Quaid in the pod. Maybe season 2. Maybe season 2 we get Jack Quaid in the pod. No, season 1, I've talked about this, will be officially first up. I'm gonna have all of a Cheyenne on the pod, and then opening up to more streamers, more VTubers. It's gonna be great. Chef Shinjigs only knows how to cook. But yes, thank you for supporting the pod, and I'm glad you guys are looking forward to the next season. All right, I'll jump to the next question because I'm doing a lot of yapping. And let me drink more coffee. You and season 2 might happen? Well, we'll see how season 1 does. I think there'll be 10 episodes of season 1, including the final episode that will be a Q&A, probably like a reflection of the first season, and then we'll move on to season 2, and with more guests and more stuff. And I think hopefully if we have season 1 do really well, then I can try and get some like bigger guests, some people outside the VTuber space. I have mentioned I do want to try and get like people who work in the industry, not just VTubers. Like I would actually genuinely love to have Pez from Key Creators on. I want to try and see if I can have Con from Bandai Namco. Like I would legitimately want to have some people who work in the games industry on top of, maybe I could try and get the guy from Untitled Goose Game on the pod. One Vivi, yes, I've talked to Vivi. I would love to have her on the pod for sure. Yeah, I think it would be really cool to have some people who actually work in the games industry and get different perspectives from them, and talk to them maybe about working with streamers. How do they feel about it? Is there hang-ups? All that kind of stuff. How do they feel about working with VTubers? Because that's a whole thing that's interesting. How does this look from their perspective? You know, we talk a lot about VTubers and their creativity and their process. I want to know what people feel about this from the outside. All that kind of things. The producers called. They want 3 more episodes in season 2, but they won't increase the budget. Oh God! I love the Yap streams. I gotta say, I love how you play Doom on the CRT. It's such a nice touch. It looks awesome. Also, I love your emotes. They're plentiful. Your little boys are so cute. Some of the best I've ever seen. Next, thank you for the nice words. You'd never say that. Thank you so kindly. I'm glad you enjoyed the stream. We're doing more CRT later in the week. More Doom 2 on CRT, and I'm really glad you guys like the emotes. There's some streamers out there, and it's always boggled my mind. And it's more of a kind of certain VTuber, maybe Paris social, maybe yandere mentality, who are like, you can't chat in other chats, you can only love me. I don't fucking get that shit, man, because I literally a part of my brain fires the happy juice every time I see a little purple boy out in the wild. Like, I swear to God, like, I don't need antidepressants. I just need to go on twitch.tv and see jetpacks out there in the wild, man. It makes me so fucking happy to see you guys supporting people, to see you guys using the emotes, going crazy, going stupid, sitting in other people's chats. Like, it's fucking incredible. And I love it even more than anything when it's not in a VTuber chat. Like when I'm like somewhere, I'm like, what the fuck is a jetpack doing in a German chat? I see you boys. like in an NL VOD, what are you guys doing over there? Yeah, I'm watching you guys. It really brings me a lot of joy to see the little purple boys getting up to trouble all over the internet. It really makes me happy. Sorry, next question. We'll keep on answering the questions. I think jetpacks everywhere. It's just like, I don't know, that's my boys out there having a great time supporting everybody. I saw one in Bricky video. How did I end up in a Warhammer VOD? Yeah. What the fuck are you guys doing in Warhammer VODs? We would never get up into trouble. Watching Jerma and Joel based jetpack enjoyer. I like Kuso games. Can we have more Kuso games for Redford? Redford, thank you for your question. Yes, I also think Kuso games are good. We should definitely have more Kuso games. I want to bring back Wacky Game Thursdays eventually. We have not done Wacky Game Thursdays and since like the first year of me properly streaming. I loved deep diving crappy games on Steam and just playing them and then having a goofy time. We got to do it. If it's not this year, it's next year. It's gonna happen. We will be bringing back Wacky Game Thursdays. I love playing one-shot, half-hour goofy games, and I would really want your guys' suggestions from those kinds of games. And your dream barbecue's perfect. Yeah, stuff like that. For sure, genuinely is a segment I would love to bring back eventually. Thank you, Redford. So, denoted, it will happen. All right, more questions. When are we doing another movie night? I love that these Q&As would just be like, Jets, when shit games, Jets, when movie night, which is fair to ask. This is the perfect opportunity for me to answer these questions. We're doing the movie night. Movie nights are kind of chill, because you have to do something with the boys for like 3 hours, and the rest of the day can just be business stuff. I agree. I completely fucking agree. We did so good doing movie nights once a week at the start of the year, and then I got busy, and then I had to do commissions, and then I got stressed, and then I got sick, and then I got burnt out. and we haven't done them, and I've been sad. We should genuinely be watching G-Quack's watch along in the Discord weekly, and I do feel bad about that, like genuinely. I'm not gonna say like unequivocally, next week we'll definitely do it, because I hate saying things and not committing to my word. But please know that I want to try and fit them back into the weekly schedule, because they are really easy. They're really fun to do, and I enjoy hanging out for 3 hours and watching a movie or a TV show. Tomorrow, catch up the new episode. Maybe. I got tomorrow off to do admin. Possibly. We'll see. I mean, ideally, it'd be nice to do them on the pod episodes, because pod's only 3 hours. Then I have lunch. Then we do a watch along. Like, I would be down. We do like podcast and movie watch along on the same day, something like that going forward. We'll see. I'll try and think about my schedule, because I would love to do more of them going forward, because I enjoy them. We'll get through a bunch of movies, and it's always fun hanging out and doing that kind of stuff in the Discord. The pod the day before the episode for the movies would be fine. That's what I'm thinking. That could be kind of nice. Podcast while moving. I'm not that HD, or am I? So let me pour more coffee. Ooh. Out of all your emotes, which one is your favorite? I like Bevy Pack, because I'm addicted to caffeine. And also Sanuki absolutely killed the animation for that. It basically is how when I drew the art for it, that's exactly how I imagined it in my head, and she nailed it. And so it's like one of those moments of the image coming to reality perfectly, and it just makes me so happy. Like the little steam puff. Ah, so cute. Also, I feel like it's quite versatile. It can be cozy. Also, it can kind of be sassy. Like, oh really? Sips beverage. I also love the Simare dance. I like all the Brave 3D emotes. I like all the jam emotes. We have a lot of dancing packs just because you guys make so many of them, and they're great. I love Pack Check. Like Mod Check Pack is really good. I think he's underrated, not used as much as Jet's Lexia's great. Jetslexia is great because it's unique and it has a lot of use cases. Vent Pack's also wonderful. Explode Pack, Undisputed Goat. I mean, I wish we had more animated emote slots. Tomato Pack is also underrated. I feel like more streamers needed Tomato Pack. But one of them isn't credited to me. It's not. I apologize, Brave. I should definitely fix that. I must have missed that one a while back. Either put in like a little ping in the forms in the Discord, and we can update that for you as soon as possible. I'm sorry. I'll check again on the phone. All good. Put a little ticket in the ticket box, and we'll fix that out for you, man. I love these so much. That's all good. Honestly, they're all great. They're all great. Running Pack's great. Another VTuber enjoyed this emote, by the way. Yes! I love that. Makes me so happy. This is what I mean. Please use emotes everywhere. So whenever you guys tell me that VTubers like the emotes, I'm like, doki doki. Doki doki. Anyway, we're getting distracted. Next question. We're not even halfway through, boys. All right. Not even halfway through. We got to keep going. Next questions. So, this question is, so now that the pack's out of the bag, I like it. I like it. How did the whole Cleo joining FaZe thing look from your end? How long were you keeping it a secret from us? Now, I've been really busy, so I haven't been able to watch much of Cleo's freaking 12-hour stream, so I don't know how much she's gotten into talking about how long she's known. Has she mentioned it? Because I don't want to be saying things and then putting my foot in my mouth and getting a cease and assist from Sakana-san. 2 years. She has mentioned it was 2 years. She has mentioned it was basically 2 years. Like, we've known for ages. We have known for so long. We both did. Okay. Yeah, it's kind of crazy because we've known for so long. Me and Mark have talked about this. Because we've known for so long, it didn't feel like it was going to happen until it did. It kind of crazy enough. It kind of felt like, oh yeah, it's gonna happen. Eventually, at some point, to the extent where it didn't even feel like it was going to. At one point, it was like, oh yeah, it snuck up on us, weirdly enough, because it also was like a slow burn of like conversation. Will it not talking about stuff and everything, and then it was like, yep, definitely happening. And it really went from not happening at all, of like, oh, it's gonna happen eventually, to all of a sudden all guns are blazing. Jets, can I commission art? Can I talk to this person? Marco, can I get help with this? And us in the group chat, in the DMs, in voice chat, being like, okay, we can help you with this. How's planning going? Here's updates. Like, basically went from nothing happening to us like all in her corner, you know, freaking changing the wheels on the racetrack kind of thing. Didn't Cleo have an 8-hour stream? Not even a typical 12 hours. Crazy. But best you don't say explicitly either. Yeah, I'm not gonna say explicitly when, but I'll just say for quite a while. We've known for quite a while. And how did it look from our end? Genuinely, the perspective of it didn't look like anything until it was all happening. It was how it looked from our end. So there was that kind of feeling of, I think it hit me not last week, the week before my break. And I think it's hit Marco and the other girls more recently. Wait, was this the NDA thing? Yes, this is the artwork I did for the NDA. For those that missed it, I did the intro background art, and Maple did the main art for Cleo stuff. And I did have to sign an NDA for it to say I couldn't talk about it. I had to get it done in like a week, and it was crazy. I can show them actually if you haven't seen. Ooh, knocking stuff. If you haven't seen them, let me go into my Cleo client folder. Backgrounds. Yeah, I did all these backgrounds for Cleo. She wanted a really painterly style, and I wasn't sure how it was all going to end up. But I ended up doing these like painterly style backgrounds to work with the maple art. And I didn't have a lot of time to do them. I kind of wish I had more time. I would have done more details, but yeah, these are all the backgrounds I did for the scenes and stuff. Yeah. Which was really fun. I'm really appreciate Cleo wanting to work with me on this stuff. I thought you did the streaming backgrounds. No. I did these ones here. There's one more. There's a few more. There's the still life one, the Conquistador, I believe. And then there's the Venetian streets. I basically did these all in like a day each. I had like a week to do 5 works of artwork. So, like I basically just like sat there, drunk so much coffee and got like a full, and I'm not a background artist at all. So I really had to speed these. Channeling the old college days. Yeah, genuinely was. Yeah, I basically did nothing. I listened to a lot of Joni Mitchell, actually. A lot of ambient music, and I just did painting backgrounds. You did those? Nice. They turned out well. Thank you. Oh, I'm gonna probably hate them forever because I know how quickly I did them and how much better I could have had if I had more time, but I'm happy, and I'm really happy with how they look with Maple's art. Like, Maple's art is beautiful. And it was fun. It was fun to kind of just do some impressionistic scenes. First time in forever. I like the background music. Oh, Shindig's cooked. Yeah, so I was under NDA for that. Got to help clear with that. Got to help a lot. I believe Tefish took references from my Clio concept art. For those that don't know, I was originally going to be doing a Clio 2.0 model that obviously got changed around with Clio, joining Phase Connect, but I believe Tefish used my concept art I did for the Clio model as reference and stuff, so that I was involved in that, and I sent it off all my files to them for them to be able to use the design. For those that haven't seen this, I was working on very roughly this would have been so much different in the final version, but yeah, I was working on like a Clio teacher design thing. It was going to be way more classy. She's very, very cutesy in a new model. But that's completely got used as, I believe, as reference and stuff for the Tefish one. And I love the Tefish model. Holy fuck. I'm so glad she got to work with such an incredible artist. And it turned out so beautifully. Were you behind the big booba bush for Cleo? Not at all. I was the one. We were in the group chat hearing her being like, Sakana keeps wanting to make my tits fat, my ass big, and we kept on being like, Fishman, no! You let our hag be flat. We were totally in our corner. Fishman, please. But yeah. So from our perspective, I'm getting a little sidetracked, but from our perspective, it genuinely felt like it wasn't happening until all of a sudden it was happening. And it hit me the week before my break. And I think now the context of my break makes a little bit more sense, knowing everything you guys know now. Because right before the break, I basically crammed that artwork, and then the Vishayon summer merch ended, and it hit me in the feels, and I felt a little bit like I need some time to just relax. I need some time off, and I needed to have to take some space away to breathe, and then come back and just be ready to be able to give all my love and all my support, and have energy for you guys in the community, and have energy for my friends. That's what I needed. So yeah, that's kind of, it hit me before the break of that beautiful bittersweetness of, seeing a person you really care about achieve something, which is, that it's that pure joy, but there's also that whole, they're moving on, they're moving on. So there's that little bit of just having to hold it with you for a second, and yeah, if you truly love them, you let them go. Exactly. And it's been so exciting, and I've been so happy about the whole thing. Yeah. So thank you for the question. Let's go to the next one before I keep on rambling. All right. I hope that gave a little more context about how it looked for us behind the scenes. But yeah, it was really nothing, and then it was crazy, and then it's been crazy ever since, and it's been very exciting. And the whole thing has been a lot of support. Like we were all in the Vishayon chat during Cleo's debut live, like doing like live chatting, like, oh my god, she's doing so good. Oh my god, I can't believe like the night before her debut, me and Marco, I don't know if Cleo mentioned this. The night before her debut, I turned my PC off, and then Cleo DM'd the group chat and was like, do you guys want to hang out? I'm so nervous. And I jumped out of bed, turned my PC on, and me and Marco hung out with Cleo for a few hours the night before her debut to help her calm her nerves. Like, we have been there with her, and we'll continue to be with her no matter what. Like, genuinely. Without hesitation. Yeah, so it's been very exciting. It's been very exciting. It's so exciting to see your friends do something they care about and achieve brilliant stuff. All right, long time listener here. Hi, hello. It's been a while, and the blank canvas is mocking me. And suddenly, I don't feel confident at all that I can show it what I really want, what I really do. So, what do I do? You paint some fucking color on that shit, bro. The white canvas is evil. You make it bright orange. You make it dark gray. I don't care. You put squiggles on it. You beat the devil out. The white canvas will keep being the white canvas until fuck it we ball. And maybe you won't know what to put on the color canvas, but at least you rip that band-aid off. I have a canvas sitting in my freaking office living room. All it has is underground on it. I will probably not have the time or the energy to actually work on that painting for like this entire year. But I'm so happy that I put the gouache down just so I don't have a white canvas mocking me. Sometimes you gotta put funny shapes and funny lines on there. Anything, just you have to rip the band-aid off. It's the only way. And even if it sucks, and even if that painting's terrible, at least you got rid of the white canvas and you move on to the next project. Yep, slap it, paint all over it, have fun with it, beat it up. Kick it a little bit if you want to. Yeah, that's my genuine advice. Cool, this okay. I answered this question already. Okay, all right. Jean Faymas, do you think you could do streaming while hiding the fact that you're a mum? No fucking way. I've answered this question beforehand. I used to think maybe. I used to maybe be like, I wonder if there's VTubers out there who have like kids and families and they like hide it. No! After having siblings who have kids, no fucking way in hell. Holy shit. Oh my god. Like, it's actually crazy. I can't believe there was a point in my brain where I was like, wow, I wonder if there's VTubers who like keep that secret. I mean, obviously, if they want to keep it secret, they're completely able to, you know, they don't want to involve their kids in this personal life, no shame, whatever. But I wonder if that's like the case. Like, could be. No. Maybe if they had, maybe if they had like a stay-at-home spouse, but seriously, it's a lot of work. My freaking siblings are tired constantly, doing things constantly with the mechlings. Like, they endlessly need support. Like, last night was Mech Bro's birthday, and I was talking to Mech Bro's past partner, my sister-in-law, and she was just talking about how little sleep she gets. How, like, she'll be sleeping there with the baby wake up, she goes, lift up the boob, put the baby on there, try and get more sleep, baby's done, take the baby off, put the boob down, try and get more sleep. Like, she's like, it's just that for the entire night. I'm like, girl, what the fuck? How do you have any energy to function? Because then you wake up and it's that while you're awake also. It's crazy. Even if you're a dad too, it's gotta be hard. Yeah, seriously. As a VTuber end up as a single mother and she dreams of a child. See, that's the thing. I don't, this is also me not saying a VTuber can't be a mother. This is me saying that, hell yeah, let's go mums VTuber. Let's go VTuber mums streaming with our kids. That's sick. I just don't know if they would be able to hide it, you know? Crazy. I respect mums so much now, man. MILF VTubers, let's go. Like, if I ever was in a position where I had a kid, which would never happen, one, because I'm not cut out for that, two, who's gonna put up with me enough to end up at that point, I wouldn't hide it, because I don't think you possibly could. That's crazy. A genuinely crazy concept to me. There are VTubers out there like keeping it secret. Absolute fucking kudos. You are our strongest soldiers. Oh my god. I respect mums so much. So much. My sister-in-law, they're some tough ladies, I swear. Alright, next question. As a JP VTuber who streamed with her daughter, was so wholesome. Dude, that'd be so wholesome. I can't wait to Mexis comes on the pod, comes on the stream, brings Mech Niece onto the stream. I think that would be very fun in the future. How about the VTubers that have been hiding the fact that they're daughters? What do you mean, QP? Are you talking about how I didn't talk about my mum for years? Well, that's just because when I started off streaming, I completely was detached from anything family related because I uphold this mentality with everything. And it's the reason why you guys only found out about my mum, and then you only found out about my sister, and then you only found out about my brother, is because I never wanted to talk about people on stream unless I had their full approval about it. I chose to be a streamer. I chose to have, you guys be aware of my existence and be aware of what I do. I wasn't going to involve other people's personal life stuff unless they were comfortable with it. And I only talked about Mech Mum because she literally showed up on stream and I couldn't avoid it. And then I only talked about Mech Sis after she got pregnant, and I asked her, I said, sis, I adore you. I know I've never talked about you, but with you being pregnant, I'm going to probably have to take time off stream to spend time with you and the family. Is it okay if I talk about you? And she said, yeah, I'm comfortable. And then the same thing with Mech Bro, it was at their level, they were comfortable with me talking about them. You didn't just spawn in the bush with nothing but a jacket? True. Wait, you have a mom? Yeah, Mech Bro was also pregnant. Yeah, like someone get Marco on the phone. Talking about getting Marco on the phone. Hi, Jean. I know you changed the topic, but what you said about not being corpo, you're very honest with yourself. That I could be like this. Sometimes I don't even know what I want. That's fair, Chos. Like, I don't know what I want. Most of life is kind of trying to find out what you want. I think I'm constantly self-reflective of the fact of how lucky I am. No matter what I've been through and what's been sent my way, I still feel like the luckiest person entirely. And so I kind of want not, but I appreciate everything, And I'm very stubborn. Being stubborn helps. Being a stubborn person really helps with knowing what you want. Cleo! Hag! Jean Faymas. Hi Cleo, how you doing? I hope you're settling in lovely over these last few days with the big new, Cleo Ayate. I hope you've been feeling so much love and support. Jetpack, give us a hag love. Give us some hag love, boys. Give us some pack hearts. Send your hag love. Good morning. We're just yapping on the pod. We're talking about creative process. Talking about everything. Been yapping about how long we've known about you debuting and Phase and how exciting the whole process has been, and how, it's been so wonderful to see, all your nerves and all the hard work you've put in. Also, Cleo, when are you updating your about section? If I have to scroll down into your about section and see that fuck ass season 1 Cleo smug ass goddamn grin one more time in our year of our Lord 2025, I swear to God. Come on, you're on a face now. You gotta. It's a bit at this point. Smug has supremacy. No, it's great. It was just very funny. It was so funny to me to click on your stream, and it was also fancy, so new. And I scrolled down, and I was like, "Never change, Cleo. Never change." Anyway, next question. I mean, she never can. I don't like this Cleo, Charlie. It's smug aura mocks me. Next question. I did say I wasn't going to skip any questions, so I'm not going to skip this one. Vishayon Gen 2. When? When it happens. When it happens, bros. When it happens. Well, the thing is, to be entirely honest, it wouldn't be a gen. Because Vishayon isn't a gen. Vishayon isn't a corpo. It's a collective. It's a collective. It functions very different from any other kind of VTuber thing in general. It even functions different than I think in some ways like a friendship team. And that's why Cleo's still Vishayon. That's why Cleo's Phase. That's why Cleo's still key creators, because there is no being locked down. It's fluid and it's supportive at the end of the day. So it's an anarcho syndicate collective. Yeah. Okay, for context, and I think I've talked about this joke beforehand. When we've been like yapping in Vishayon in the group chat, we're trying to work out like, whatever the fuck are we? Like, what are we? What would bringing more people on board? What would supporting more people? What would involving more people even look like? There was a point, boys, when me and Marco dead ass said to Hanya and Cleo, have you guys ever read the Valve onboarding document? Like, have you? Like, there was a point where me and Marco were like, have you guys ever? Can confirm they said that in the group chat. Yeah, we were like, what is this? How do we explain what this is? It's kind of fluid. You kind of can choose what you want. You kind of can jump from project to project. We kind of support you doing anything. It is a team. We do work for a thing, but we don't really work for a thing. We are connected with, oh my god, have you guys read the Valve onboarding? It's a good read. It is. It genuinely is a good read. So quick, play the Soviet anthem. Silos especially. And this is why Vishayon has never released any games. Yeah, it's so essentially whatever comes with more people joining the collective, joining the team, joining the squad, getting involved in the creative, space with us, whatever that will look like, it will probably happen super casually, and it will probably be down the line eventually. I think what I can say is we're open to it. I think we're more and more open to it with the last few months of things moving around, with people trying new things and going new places and reframing how we kind of see the squad, At the end of the day, I just want to support people, and I think Vishayon's a really great way to support my peers and my friends, and it's for us to support each other, and I want more people to be able to be involved in that eventually. Sincerely. That's kind of sorry to ask this, but I was confused. Is Vishayon still is Cleo still in Vishayon? Yep. Essentially, if at any point, if like us girls in Vishayon are working on something, we're at like a panel, we're doing a little project, we have a little collab, and Cleo's like, hey, I want to stop by that. She can stop by that, because she's still part of that at any point that she wants to, any point in any way that she wants to be. Hey, me and the girls saw you from across stream and thought you'd really vibe with our cool non-corporal. Exactly. Jets, I'm here from the future, and all jetpacks are arguing over whether Gen 1 or Gen 3 Vishayon is the best. We've single-handedly caused the indirect death of billions over the best Aussie VTuber. There is no gens. There is no best. We are all equal. It is shared unity. Silence! It's a shared chat collective. You will distribute your subs between all the Vishayon men. Personally, I like Gen 7. But yeah, it's gonna be cash, it's gonna be easy, it's gonna be good, and most importantly, whoever decides to kind of join under the ranks of the Vishayon name will probably be people who will just like vibe and just fit in and be the kind of people who want to work on projects, because that's the big thing. Vishayon allows us the opportunity to work on cool projects in a way we can't do individually. It's that kind of collaborative stuff that I love about it. Oh hey, me and Marco want to work together on 3D tech for this opportunity. Oh, we're gonna do merch, but it might be easy if we do it together. Let's just team up and we'll all chip in and we'll all support each other. Oh hey, we want to do this convention, but it'd be hard for one of us to get the position. Hey, let's work together on this, and we'll all like put hours in and talk to people and email stuff. It's just kind of just helping out buddies in a really supportive way, Hey Jets, happy to hear you're all settled in and done with unpacking. Yeah, you know what? Maybe this is kind of a pivotal moment. This final episode of the pilot season of Unpacking, I think I'm finally unpacked. I think I do finally feel really settled into my new facility. It's taken me almost half a year. But like, it was a pretty rough, admittedly, start of the year, you know. It was like I got really sick after my move. To the extent that I'm not talked about yet, and to the extent where I'm not sure if I'm comfortable to talk about it in detail yet. But doing that, and then leading up to after moving, after all that, I feel like I've finally been like, I wake up in this facility and I go to my local coffee store and I go live and I hang out, and it's just, it feels right. It feels really right. This Wave shines a collective and not a gen. If they ever did a Gen 2, there would be a Gen 3. After reading the Valve onboarding documentation, they became too afraid of threes. That's so true. That's why we can't be a because otherwise we'd never have a third gen. Oh man, three's the devil's number. Home is where the pack heart is. Honestly. Oh, that's great. Sorry, chat. This question. This fucking question, boys. This is a freaking question. I swear to God. Yes. 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 Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yes, sir. Yerp. Yep. Uh-huh. Hi. Yes. Let's go through the next question. I am moving through. I missed that one. What was it? Yes. Yep. 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 Okay, cool. Thanks. Yes. I mean, I don't know, man. Yes. Yes. I see. Yes. Oh, right. Ooh, okay. Longer question. I'm about halfway through the questions here, making good time, which is nice. Let's answer this one here. Do you feel like a lot of story-based media would improve if the love story was cut out? I myself have been trying to avoid putting in a romantic interest into any of my written works, and I think it was the right choice. It's an interesting choice, yeah, I can respect it. I feel like a lot of romance and media these days is tacked on to check some sort of box in some sort of list, but leaves us with a lot of female characters who are only the love interest and nothing else. Great point. So much more can be done with a female character if I don't feel the obligation to have like some kind of romance story. And if they want romance, then they can literally check out 99% of other media. I completely agree. Like, I completely agree. I don't think the first point though of a lot of story-based media would improve if the love story is cut out is entirely true. There's some story-based media where the love plot's actually very interesting and fascinating when done well, specifically in the case of a lot of sci-fi. Some of my favorite sci-fis of all time are technically romance's first, sci-fi's second, because you can challenge a lot of interesting ideas through the lens of affection, I find, but I don't necessarily think all movies need a romance, and I do completely agree with your thought of like, not even just female characters, but a lot of characters will devolve into just being the relationship elements, and a lot of the story elements will just devolve into a will they, won't they, that devalues the characters overall. You kind of have to challenge yourself to make the characters interesting on their own standing, but on the idea of, you know, these two characters having a thing, you know? Personally, I wish Titanic didn't have a romance in it. Interesting. I wouldn't use Titanic as my one call there. I think Titanic works because of the romance. I think it's a very classic, almost old Hollywood. I think it's a good allegory for... I think Titanic's romance actually is a good allegory for the kind of hubris of the Titanic. But it would be interesting to see what they did without the Titanic. I think the allegory of the romance and Titanic works. Also, it's that kind of old Hollywood mentality of like this illustrious, larger-than-life love story, this illustrious larger-than-life ship, this love story doomed to fail, the ship doomed to fail. I think it works for Titanic. Honestly, that's not the best example. I feel like, what if Romeo and Juliet had a romance? Like, I really do think there are some romance stories that work, even if I'm not a romantic. You know, it parallels the ships itself. I think it's a good kind of allegory. Listen, Jess, Titanic's a very interesting historical event, and so much more could have been spent on the real actual people who died that night. Yeah, but that's not what James, like, is it James Cameron? He's a fish fucker. That's not what Titanic is. And also there's hundreds of documentaries, mockumentaries, media, short stories, mini series done about the Titanic, about the drama, about the violinist, about the people who worked in the ship's maintenance. Like, there is so many stories that have been told about the Titanic, about the intricacies. The specific movie Titanic succeeds on the fact that it approaches it from this very luxe kind of classical perspective that plays into a lot of cliches and succeeds because of that. Fish fucker? He does what to fish? If you've ever seen that one video of James Cameron wanting to fuck the fish, I'm not going to bring it up on YouTube. You guys have to look it up. Yeah, the movie's not meant to be a documentary. The movie's meant to be this epic. And I think he made the right choice of telling this... It's almost like an opera. Yeah, the movie isn't actually about the ship or even about the shipwreck. It's an operatic kind of tragedy. And it's like the ship itself. It's a tragedy that takes place on a historical event. Exactly. It's an epic romance disaster movie. And I think the relationship of Jack and Rose work really well, once again, as an allegory for this kind of turn of the century. We thought we could do anything. We thought we were more than anything kind of story. I don't know how this has gotten to me trying to deconstruct Titanic. I just think out of all the examples, sorry, but this question is just secretly, should there be more arbitrary restrictions on artists that stop them from doing what they want because there are too many others in that niche? No, if that's what the question is in the regards of like, do you feel... I feel like what I think this question's more asking is it's talking more about lazy writing. I think it's very lazy writing to shoehorn in a romance when you don't know what else to do with the character. But I think that's just because of lazy romance writing, you know? There can be really good romance writing that's integral to the plot. I think season 1 of Severance, I'm not sure about season 2 of Severance, but I think season 1 of Severance does really good with the romance. And once again, that being used as like challenging things in a sci-fi dynamic. Mr. Nobody is a good example of this. I think a lot of like Starman is a good example of this. The whole Born Sexy Yesterday quote of like a fish out of water thing is kind of dependent on there being romantic attraction there to kind of dissect a character interacting with a world for the first time and understanding humanity through a lens of understanding intimacy and affection. Like, that's done a lot and can be done really well and is kind of integral on writing a romance. James Cameron, a fish out of water, you say? James Cameron, a fish fucker, I say? Romance is easy to do. It draws people in and people tend to insert it anyway if it's not there. Exactly. I think genuinely it is easy to do. Things can be more interesting without it. And I do agree that it's a crutch for a lot of people. And I tend to enjoy stories that don't have it. It can be cheesy, it can be boring, but I think if anything, it's more of a challenge to do it well, right? I think it's more of a challenge than to remove it entirely, is to make it part of the plot and not like the core element, or make it done in a way that's engaging, you know? Have you not seen Pacific Rim? I love that the balls to not make it a romance. I love Pacific Rim. I love Pacific Rim so much. Also, romance is just one of many angles to take on human relationships. Failed romance can be a backstory, a motivator that shapes how characters interact with each other. Exactly. And it's also like romance in the sense of romance. You can also have character dynamics that are affectionate and platonic, or affectionate and challenged, that change, that, you know, are antagonistic, aggressive, playful, banterous, and they don't necessarily need to be endgame, you know? Huge opportunity missed to make Pacific Rim a game romance. Bond movies worked the romance down to, here's a girl for the movie. Her main character trait is that she will be won over by the end of the scene. Yeah, because it's fucking Bond films, man! That is literally archetypal bad female romance writing. Like, and no one's gonna challenge you on that. I don't think anyone's gonna challenge that. My brother in Christ, every mecha story is a game romance. True. Anyway, let's go next question. I don't know how we got into this, and now I'm yelling. Jet's romance when? Me romancing, I'll say my mecha, but that might be robot fucker allegations, so I won't go with that. Yeah, exactly. Me romancing your mom. This is the question, which is the last episode. There will be user submitted questions. To answer that question, no, it won't be. There will definitely be more episodes with user submitted questions. This is like the last big episode before we go into interviews. Next question. This is some short questions. We'll get through these ones. Are Japanese characters easier to or harder to read from a dyslexic perspective? I've found, and I've not done a lot of practice with like reading kanji or hiragana, I find it's actually easier because it's symbolic. Like, it's symbolic in which it looks like how it sounds, which is actually easier for dyslexia, because the reason why English sucks is words look like how they don't sound. What the fuck is a ch? A silent PH? A sh? A sh? Like, what? What do you mean chance, and chance? All the same fucking word. What do you mean, like, freaking there, and there is? Fuck off with that shit. Like, Japanese is like, ah, looks like ah, and it sounds like ah. You know? Like, looks like and it sounds like sh, looks like sh, and sounds like sh. So, like, that actually, genuinely, if I spent more time trying to become the Hongo Jozo, I think I wouldn't have. It's very common for people who have dyslexia in English to not have dyslexia in Japanese. There's few languages where it's pronounced where it's written. One of the biggest things about the English language for dyslexia, for those that don't understand how dyslexia works, like I've talked about it. Words, Jats, you can do this. I've become a lot more comfortable about talking about dyslexia, which I just did not even mention when I first started streaming. I think having the Jetslexia emo allowed me to become more relaxed about it. Because growing up, I heard a lot of people be like, oh my god, I'm so dyslexic, oh my god, and I would be like, yeah, me too. And like a lot of people have variations of dyslexia, and it's very underdiagnosed. But it's this thing of, like, I had to sit in like a chair for hours being shown flashcards and flashing lights and numbers, and they have this big fuck off document that shows just how my brain does not function at the same level of people my age, and just how wired incorrectly my mind is. Because those who don't understand, dyslexia is a genuine, and they've done studies and research to this, it's a genuine synapse neuron connected, like it's got to do with the way your brain creates pathways to receive symbols, sounds, and audio, like registering. Like there's actually, like, the brain's fucked. It's like one part, I'm just an idiot. Like, I am an idiot. Like, I'm genuinely born an idiot because my brain fundamentally fucks up the audio, sound, visual wavelength processings. They've put people into those, like, funny hat things and scanned their brains, and you can see this on a brain level that it's just not working correctly. Like, it's just not doing what it should do. Synapse built me wrong as a joke. Like, there's sometimes messing up your words, and then there's fundamentally, I will read things and I will say things wrong because my brain is just fucking not working. You see this part here? Yeah, that part's fucked. And that's just the way it is. And I just have to live with that. Genuinely. That kind of part of my mind is processing things on hard mode. Yes, the words jump out of the pages. Yes, the things look squiggly. Yes, I will just completely switch around things in my mind, and I can't stop that. Fun fact, Henry Hill, real-life gangster that Goodfellas is based on, had ADHD and dyslexia as a kid in the 50s, and they just beat him and shamed him for being a bad kid in school because they didn't know anything about it back then, so he went and joined the mob. Yes! Like, a lot of people have no idea. They're like, wait, don't you see the words funny? Like, I got diagnosed way too late, because we're showing very clear examples of just not being able to spell or read, and people just thought I was stupid, because I was stupid. Like, I was in my own spelling bracket throughout all of school. There was everybody else's spelling bracket, and then there was Jet's spelling bracket. I had to have my own tests. They basically stopped teaching me maths at the 8th grade because I went to a tiny little country school and I just couldn't keep up. And they just did not have the time or budget to give a shit. So they're like, we'll just stop you doing maths at year 8 because you just can't do it. You just can't do it. Wait a second, this idiot can't read. God, being singled out like that sucks. We can still save her as STEM lords. I was top 100% in my bracket. But I was good at other stuff. I was really good at other stuff. Comprehension, art, creative writing, all that kind of stuff, project management. But yeah, I really could not do anything in the general spelling and like mathematics, that kind of stuff in my school. What's the highest maths you've taken? Year 8. I have not done mathematics beyond year 8. Don't do accounting. Counting genuinely activates my fight or flight response. Bro, no joke, they literally did the same thing for me. For a while, I was in the SPED room for a year. How's taxes on your ends? Fucking terrifying. Wait, what? No, I'm being serious. Like, I joke about it, and I never want anyone to feel bad for me. I would much rather you guys just take fun out of me. Like, bully me about it. I mean, I was legitimately bullied about it throughout all of school. I have legitimate kind of school-based bullying trauma about kids specifically making fun of the fact that I was incompetent. So, but I don't want any fucking pity. The last thing I would want was people be like, oh, you can't be mean to Jess because she doesn't know numbers. You guys should be like, this fucker doesn't know numbers, because it's just my life, man. And I'm very aware of it at this point. It's part of your job. It's part of the required thing as a jetpack to make fun of my dyslexia. But you know, I'm just very aware with it. I've talked about this beforehand. Like, I have this. Kids were mean, man. Kids fucking sucked. I think I've told this story before. I was in class. I was in I was in, I think it was biology, and we had to do different topics and different systems in the body. We had to like research projects and different systems in the body, and you know, I would, you know, just typing there, blah, 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 blah. And some kid comes over, looks over my shoulder and goes, Jets, what the fuck is the repertory system? Yo, fucking repertory. Because I wrote respiratory incorrectly because I wasn't spell checking. And then for the rest of the year, I got called repertory system. Like, fuck off, mate. Fuck off. Like, it's like, and because of that, I hated doing study in front of people. For years, I would do all my typing in a window this big where I could only see one word at a time. So kids would not look over my shoulder, make fun of me spelling things incorrectly. Like, Jesus Christ. And like, it took me, and I still don't feel comfortable typing in front of you guys. Like, it's actually taken me making fun of how ridiculous I spell and making it into a joke to feel comfortable typing on stream, because I for so long felt just so embarrassed about typing in front of people for how awful I was at spelling. Nowadays it's funny. Nowadays it's comedy. You guys are like, how is it she spells this bad? All right, next question. Schedule. Yeah, nowadays it's schedule. Nowadays it's bits. Nowadays we turn that shit into content, boys. Wait, so you never learned advanced algebra? I never learned algebra. I've never done algebra. They didn't let me do it. I was so bad, the school didn't want to have to deal with me having my own class. They just decided to not teach me it. I can still not do my times tables. Like, it's kind of fucking sad, actually. It's kind of sad that I was in such a small country town school that they just did not have the budget or time to allocate a teacher to me. They decided to not teach me mathematics. Yeah. It's now the merch as well. It is Flamingo. Oh my god, it's now the merch is spelt poorly. Jets, it's fine. I still have terrible handwriting. Yeah, I'm not big on bullying Virginia. No, please bully me. Please bully me. It's allowed me to reframe it as like a bit, honestly. I way prefer to reframe my incompetence as a bit. Seriously. I love my Vishine merch. It's very cute. Yo, rare production mistake. It makes it unique. She's into bullying. No, we're not doing that. Would you rather take care of a human baby or a living jetpack for a whole day? How much would you charge for the sitting service? Jetpack any day. Any day of the week. Honestly, I would rather take care of a real jetpack for a day. In fact, I wish I had a real jetpack. Like, I mean, obviously you guys are real. Not saying you guys aren't real. You guys are definitely real. You're real. He's real to me. But I would 1000%. I would love to have a real purple little guy just walking around, following me around, being like, I'll pop you guys up on top of the fridge while I make soup, and you guys can just talk to you guys throughout the day. It'd be great. I'd do that. I would do that. That's sort of the equivalent of streaming 24/7. Just have you guys follow me around while I do my errands. All right. Next question. I did say I was going to answer all the questions, so this one I do have to answer. Oh god. How do you manage to have so few piss breaks on stream? Despite the amount of coffee you start each session with, serious question. Bucket in it. Fucking bucket. Go piss girl. Shiwi in it. Loaded but valid question. How does she do it? This is someone's fetish. I never mentioned using the bathroom on stream because I come from the old hat of VTubing. This is the shit you internalize when you start VTubing in 2021. You just don't talk about bathroom breaks because that was a thing that VTubers just didn't do. Also because if you did mention it, then the entire chat's saying, go piss girl. Oh yes, go piss girl. And I'm like, I just don't want to deal with that shit, man. Better just not acknowledge it. Because girls don't pee. They have idol meetings, but it's funny. It's funny. I just just time it well with my breaks, boys. Chroma So some people don't know, I've literally met Chroma. She's adorable, lovely, very sweet, and just as pink in real life. Yeah, Catty Cat BRB screen letter says pissin'. I just time it well with my breaks, man. I don't know. I guess I do just have a strong bladder. I don't know, man. Girls don't piss. Everyone knows that. Yeah. Would you guys prefer that? Maybe Jetpack and go pee. Peace out. I guess I can start saying that. I just go get lunch and time it well with things. I don't know. I just don't feel the need to be insistent about mentioning it. I'm just built different. I just don't piss. Otherwise, I just use the bucket. Your breaks are so fast usually. I mean, I also come from that mentality of like quick breaks. I eat on stream. I don't like taking long breaks. I try and time it all as much as I possibly can. I feel guilty if break streams over like 10 minutes, genuinely. But yeah, that's off to the little gamers room. Yeah, I'll say that. I'm going to the little gamers room if you guys really need to know. I think the chat needs to mention it as well. Hey Jets, pause the game. I gotta piss. Okay, yeah, true. All right, you guys tell me to pause the game when you guys gotta go piss. I'll pause the game when I gotta go piss. Team effort. Yo Jets, can you pause the pod? I gotta go piss. Oh yeah, sure, dude. Give me a second. Sorry, give me a second. Yeah, cool. Sorry, I'll pause the stream. Is it that way? Wait. Sorry, you gotta go piss? You gotta piss? Chat, you're moving. It's ruining the bit. Evan, stop moving. Chat, you guys, stop piss packing in the chat. Chat, you're ruining the bit. It's off center. You're off center. Guys, stop chatting. Jesus, we can't help it. Next question. We've actually got a few more questions left. We're kind of breezing through this. How's the ankle? It's really, really good. Thank you for asking. I think it's basically fully healed. Tiny little bit still tight. I probably just need to keep doing ankle stretches, but basically healed, and I'm happy because I definitely re-rolled it like 4 times. So I'm glad that's fixed up. I think I might be able to finally start going on light jogs. I want to start going on light jogs, although it's getting cold. I don't know if jogging will be nice when it's cold. Jess, you gotta turn the stream up. I'm mowing the lawn. But yes, the ankle is doing well. Thank you for checking in. I'm glad it's finally doing better. It did not feel good to have a damaged ankle. It was not great. I'm just very stubborn, and I don't want to wait to get better. I don't want to wait to heal. So because of my stubbornness, I was very infuriating ailment. And I also felt like I was getting hit by so many wham bam thank you ma'ams. I got sick, and then my ankle rolled, and then it was marker down, and then it was busy, and then it was everything. But doing good. Next question. So season 1 was a pilot episode, season 2 is going to be guest, and season 3 will there be more themed episodes? I think we're going to tentatively just see how it plays out. You guys have responded so well to the Yap So Darning chatting episodes that I think we're going to test out the guest episodes and seeing how you guys respond to them, you know? If you guys really like the guest episodes and we have more opportunities for really cool guests, we'll do more guests. If you guys want really like the Q&A episodes, maybe season 3 will be like 1 episode Q&A, 1 episode guest, back and forward. You know, this is a whole new format for me, for y'all. So we're kind of just going to see how it goes. But thank you for the question. We'll just kind of see how everything unfolds. Jet's the most burning question of all. How's your ankle? No, we already answered the how's the ankle question. It's doing well. Thank you for asking. Thank you. Pod and a movie on the same day is deadly for the Europacks. Got to either miss one. True. Also, I do like the pod because it allows me to work on stuff in the afternoons. Honestly, if we do pod, I'm fine with doing a movie watch along, because then I can get my errands done around the day. Like get my errands done during the day, and then do pod or movie watch along on those days also. Yeah. These past months have been so busy. I'm so upset that this is my first and last episode, which I watched live. Will we ever have more? Yes. I don't know how long the break will be for the hiatus, because I'm basically commissioning a bunch of stuff and going to try and get a full schedule booked in of all the guests, so it's prepared weeks in advance, so I know people will be there, they'll be available, they'll be prepared, I'll be prepared, and it'll be really really good. So the next few weeks will be me kind of getting all the overlays and stuff updated, and then getting guests lined up, prepared, so we'll be able to hit it out of the door running. How long is season 0? Is there one VOD of the individual segments? So season 0, 10 episodes, and then season 1 will be 10 episodes. And if you're looking for the pod, for those that don't know, you can find the pod on the podcast seg area on the Jet's VOD channel. Let me grab the snipping tool for this. For those that don't know, the pod exists in its own category on the VOD channel, which is pretty cool. I was thinking I was going to have to make a full VOD channel just dedicated to the pod, but no, you can find them here. You can find them here on the VOD channel. So you got the videos, playlists, and if you're looking for the podcast, you can find it under the podcast tab. Pilot season will be its own playlist, and then season 1 will be a new playlist, and then season 2, etc., etc. You'll be able to find them as playlists under the podcast segment going forward, for your convenience to enjoy. I got an A for my Guggenheim painter. Thank you for recommending me that building. Just dude, let's fucking go! Let's go! Oh my god, the Guggenheim's so interesting. I'm glad you actually, dude, that's sick. Congratulations on getting your A. Thank you for taking my suggestion. I hope you enjoyed researching about the Guggenheim, and that's actually really cool to me. That's really, really cool to me. Hell yeah, dude. But yeah, here's the Unpacking pod. You'll be able to find it here at your convenience. Season 1, 10 episodes. Season 2, 10 episodes. Bam, bam, bam. That'll be a little playlist. It's pretty sick. It's pretty damn cool that YouTube has this. Also, I will say I am looking towards, and I actually should ask you guys, Jetpack, let's say I'm looking into the possibility of having the pod on Spotify or YouTube, Apple Music. Would that be a thing you guys wanted? It's a little bit to set up. It's a thing I don't know anything about, but it's a thing I'm interested in. Would you like the episodes of the pod to be on Spotify and Apple Music? Sure, why not? Yeah, I listen to podcasts while running. Yeah, it'd be great. I would use it. It would be just for convenience. Wouldn't matter to me. Fucking do it. I'd appreciate being able to listen at work. We get some money from it too. I think I'm talking to the team at Key Creators, and they're looking into how monetization works on those platforms. I more think it could be nice because it gives you guys more options. And for the interview episodes of the podcast, it'd be nice to have them kind of captured there, like, you know, preserved there for the future. As long as there's no visual bits and jokes. I think they can now do video podcasts on Spotify, which I think would be pretty cool. I could then download it on my Spotify. Yeah. I listen to it through the Twitch app anyway, but Spotify would make interfacing easier. Yeah, I'm looking into it. I'm not 1,000% sold on it. Basically, just the team at T Creators is seeing how it's possible, and because I've got no idea how to like upload to YouTube Music or Spotify. I've never done it beforehand, but I think it could be nice to have. Specifically for the interview episodes, I think it could be pretty cool to have them there for you guys to enjoy. As long as they're still on YouTube and Twitch, I'm all for multi-platform. Yeah, they'll still be on YouTube and Twitch, of course. But next question. You guys keep sending the questions through while we're asking them. I want to be the next Jean Faymas. You can. Wait, what do you mean by that? As in you want to kill me and wear my skin? Or as you want to replace you want to be Pierre-san once you take over the role? You want to audition? We're gonna do like a Germa thing where we're gonna do auditions to see who can be the next Jean Faymas. They want to be 238. I mean, be my guest. Go ahead. Go for it. We are at the final question. I've kind of breezed through these. Oopsies. whoopsies, I thought there was going to be a few more. Yeah, who will replace me stream when? Yeah, we'll do a Germa audition for the next Jean Faymas bit. God damn, Germa's done every damn bit, hasn't he? On my bucket list is to go to the Guggenheim, see the new Descending Staircase #2. That would be amazing. I want to do that as well, actually. I would also see new Descending Staircase to Guggenheim. I was hoping to go to America this year, actually. I was really hoping to go to America this year, but that's just probably not looking possible. Maybe next year I'll finally be able to go to America. I really want to go to the Guggenheim and the MoMA and the Met and all the rest of it. I want to go to the State Library. So the Central Library, the New York State Library, I think it is. I want to go to the Smithsonian. Not happening this year, probably. Essentially, for those that don't know, Australians have been recommended to just not travel to America. Like there was a publication put out which is like, don't do it, which is kind of crazy. And like there's big statistics that came out which is like the amount of Australian tourists traveling to America has dropped by like 75% or something crazy. So it's just, unfortunately, even though I wanted to, it's just not looking possible. So hopefully next year. That seems excessive. It might seem excessive, but that's just the case of what we're being told. And I mean, obviously, I think beyond that, all my budget just won't allow for it this year. My savings keep getting absolutely donked, and I want to be able to save those savings and put it towards stream upgrades before going on a self-indulgent trip, you know. So I think I'll just put those savings towards stream stuff in the meantime, and then maybe next year, I'll look forward to traveling and getting to see all the galleries and everything. Jean Faymas, notorious obeyer of instructions. Yeah, I know, but like I also have blue hair in it. Also got purple hair in it. I just, if my savings, I'll have to, yeah, expensive. It's very expensive to travel out of Australia. You have to keep in mind. It's very expensive to travel from Australia, so I think I would put those kinds of funds back into stream first and foremost. There's a lot of things I should be prioritizing project-wise before I take a trip, but eventually I would love to see all those kinds of things. The question that we've got that's just come through here is there any way you would hate to be remembered for? Oh God. Oh God. Also, I swear there was another good question in here that I completely missed. I never thought about that. I guess it would be bad to be remembered in a way that I don't feel is congruent with oh yeah, I missed this question. I'll go back to this one. Femboy. I think it would suck to be not congruent with what I was passionate about for some reason. I don't know. I never really not thought about this. I have no control. I have no control as how I'm going to be remembered. I hope I do enough that I care about, in which the way that people remember me is in line with what I tried to do. Does it make sense? Like, I don't know. It's a weird question that I just never thought about answering. Yeah, that one arty video, I'll be fine with that. I would be fine with that. I really would. I would like to be remembered for my goofiest moments beyond everything else. Genuinely. Like, I'd be like to be remembered for my bits. Here lights Jean Faymas. She never scored. So let me get to this question. I missed this question, and then we're gonna go back forwards because some new questions have come through. But I did want to read this question now. Hey Jets, It's well observed that the Jetpack are a creative bunch. That's you guys. That's you guys. Not to say other communities aren't also creative, of course, because so many VTuber and many communities are very creative. Katsune, thank you so much for 6 months of support. I really appreciate that. Good evening, Jets. Good evening, Katsune. Thank you for supporting what I do for half a year. I hope you're doing lovely today. Thank you. But the quality and the consistency of the work is vastly disproportionate to the community size. Why do you think this is? How do you find these people? Was it a conscious decision to create a community like this when you started streaming? First of all, I agree. How are you fucking so creative, so passionate, so hardworking, so brilliant, so wonderful, so supportive? I don't know. I will say this again. I will scream this from the top of the goddamn Cynapse buildings. I will be as authentic and sincere about saying I don't know how I managed to find so many creative motherfuckers. You guys are brilliant. I think all I do is I just want to, when I see people making stuff, I'm like, that's sick, do more, can I support you doing that? And I just fundamentally hold that so deeply in my heart, and somehow people have picked up on that, and I've been fortunate enough that they have, and fortunate enough that they've enjoyed being around here, and you know what I mean? I don't know. Like, that's seriously, like, if I can keep encouraging people to make stuff, I'm going to keep encouraging people to make stuff because of why? Because I like seeing people make stuff, because it makes me happy to see people challenge themselves, try something new, fail, attempt something, anything, whatever it is, even if they think it sucks, because I'm gonna think the fact that someone tried something to be brilliant regardless. Good night, Keeper. Take care of yourself. Keeper, thank you for being such a long time supporter of what I do. I hope you have a lovely sleep. Thank you for stopping by the final season episode pod. I made a jet sketch just from a story from the stream. See, like, that's amazing. I don't know. I don't think I'm not an influencer. I also don't think I'm all that inspirational. But I like to think that I can be a catalyst. I can be a cheerleader. You know. I can be like, give me a J, give me an E, give me a P, A-C-K-Y. Like, I don't know. I know what it's like to be really passionate about things that you care about and make, and have people knock it down. I know what it's like. I understand deeply what it's like to come running to someone really, really excited about an idea and have them be dismissive of it, and how that can crush you before you even want to start. And so I hold a real deep, kind of sincere part of me that never, ever, ever wants to be that for anybody. You know what I mean? Who wants to be, as much as I can, the opposite of that for people. Yeah. You guys are so multi-talented. More than any other VTuber community I've seen. I mean, there's people like this in every VTuber community. It's just, you gotta just see it and appreciate it, man. I remember having a teacher throw away my art I worked really hard on. Like, what the? I could never understand that. Really. Like, tough love is important. Critique is important. Challenging someone's important. Doing things out of spite can be very motivating. But I think more than that, taking someone's enthusiasm and being like, okay, let's run with that, is 10,000 times better. Okay, you got the idea. How can we approach that? How can we add a new idea to that? What's going on with this? Oh, that's a cool idea. Let's spitball this. You know? Like, even though I've been inspired by spite many times in my life, it can only go so far that actually being passionate about something goes 10,000 times further, I feel. Yeah. All right, next question. I said I was gonna answer every fucking question. Okay, but you're a femboy. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not. I don't have a penis. I do not have balls. I don't have testicles. I do have tits, however small. My hips are frustratingly wide sometimes, and it's hard to find pants. Whom confirmed. I'm not a guy. I was the young kid who always hung out with other dudes, and they're like, but Jets is one of the guys. And I did scouts and all the rest of it, but I'm a lady, and I'm fine with being a lady. I am actually. I like being a lady. I actually do. Like, I think being a lady is pretty cool. I wouldn't want to not be anything other than a lady. Even if it's a boyish lady. Even if it's a bro-ish lady. Even if I just want to hang out and drink beers with my boys. Like, I'm a lass at the end of the day. I think you can be boyish and be a girl. You can drink beers and shoot the shit and run around in a mud and be a girl. You know what I mean? Don't have to be a femboy. Periods suck, you know, all the rest of it, but I'm just me. And I happen to have tits, however small they may be. In fact, fuck you. Having tits is kind of cool. Sometimes I look down and I go, hell yeah. You know? I don't want to have to deal with all that schmeat hanging out there. It's so impractical. It's so impractical. You have to like adjust it in your pants and like that would suck, man. It's all tucked away lovely. I'm just like, put a pair of undies on and go about my day. You know? It's chill as hell, bro. That's a lot to have to handle. That's a lot to have to deal with. I just, you know, god damn it. Like, yeah, being a guy is very relaxed and all that, and society lets you guys get away with a lot of stuff and all that, but I like being a lady. I like being a lady who can drink beers and shoot the shit. You'll never pee around a corner. I could pop a squat and you can't stop me. You can't stop me. I have popped a squat before. But the windmill is fun. I can do that, but wait, no, I can't do that with my tits. I cannot do that. Did you know? Wait, did you know when you were a tomboy from a certain age? Probably. I think I was just born tomboy, man. I think I was just born tomboy. Science, thank you so much for tier 3. 23 months of support. Popping a squat. What a time to join the screen. Okay, well, next question. Thank you for supporting the stream, Science. Thank you. Last question. But can we still do chatting streams between the seasons? I adore these comfy evenings. Also, don't look at general. They made some cursed comments. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna listen. I'm not gonna look in general until after the stream. Yes. There'll probably be episodes where, like, even we might do it that, because it's really early at the start of the pods might be a bit longer, and I have like a 2-hour segment when we talk, and then we have like the 2-hour segment with the guest. Like, that might end up being the format. We're going to be playing it by ear. We'll see how it kind of goes. There might be like, first 2 hours Q&A, then the rest of it's talking to the guest. You know, we'll just see how it goes. I want to try a few guest focused episodes, see how you guys enjoy them, and then, you know, maybe we can throw in a random Q&A episode here and there and just see. But I'm really glad that you guys enjoy the chatting segments. I've enjoyed this. I feel like we've, as a community, got to just kind of become more well acquainted, which sounds crazy to say, right? Because I've been doing this now for like 4 years. You think at this point I'd be pretty well acquainted with you boys, but in a different way. It's a different perspective of acquaintance, of understanding, and just being able to feel very relaxed on stream that I really enjoy. Why purple? Good question, actually. I really like purple. Anonymous, thank you for gifting a sub to the boy Zerog. Thank you for streaming. I appreciate your streams and you're amazing. Zerog, thank you for saying that. You didn't have to say that. Anonymous, also, thank you for the gift sub. You didn't have to do that, but thank you for supporting fellow member of the community. Really appreciate it. Dude, thank you. Who would like to be your first guest? It's definitely going to be Vashayan. First 3 guests would be either Marco, Cleo, or Hanya, whoever's availability is first. It'll be those 3, and then I'll be opening up to some more VTubers. Then if Vivi wants to be on, I think KK, I love to have her on the pod, stuff like that. It'll be nice. 10 VTubers for the first 10 episodes. We'll see who they'll be. Why purple? Good question. Some jetpacks know this. This is OG packs will know this. Some jetpacks who are new packs might not know this. There is an alternate reality. Well, I had green hair and purple eyes. It was a choice between green hair, purple eyes, green eyes, purple hair. I was really obsessed with Sonoshi from Redline for a little bit. I was really obsessed with Sonoshi to the extent where I dyed my hair green. And so for a period, I was gonna have green hair, short green hair. But I ended up going with purple because I think at the time there was almost like no purple haired VTubers. Also, I kind of liked like a lilac purple shade at the time because it complemented beige really well. And then it just kind of made sense and it kind of fell into place, and I'm never looked back. I couldn't imagine myself not being purple. Really, I couldn't imagine it. I specifically like dusty shades, like a dusty lilac, a dusty beige. It would have been like a really kind of dusty greeny color, and I'm glad I never went with it because you got like Ashton Martin, who's incredible, the incredible Ashton Martin, who she really perfectly nailed that green hair color, and I know she also adores Sonoshi, so I think I couldn't imagine myself not being blurple. Blonde jets would be so cursed. It would also kind of make sense though. Green hair must have been a standard. I've had every hair color dubious. Red, green, orange, blonde, blue, purple, pink. Pink only once when I was really, really young, and I would never go pink ever again. Blonde Valley Girl jets. Boys, I literally had Courtney Love hair at the start of this year. Boys, up until like only a few weeks ago. Boys, up until a few weeks ago, I literally looked like this. Wait a second, I need like a really good image of Courtney. Yeah. Oh, this is a really bad photo. I'm trying to find a good photo. I'll grab this one here. This is a good one. Save image. It's an AFIF file. Can someone please let me save a JPEG of Courtney Love? Okay, WebP. Finally. Yeah, I had this hair. I box bleach dyed my hair blonde. It freaking was a vibe. It's a vibe. Now it's purple. Nice glasses. Classic. Didn't you do a really bad bleach job before your doctor's appointment? Yeah, and the doctor said it looked good, and I knew she was lying to my face. Yeah. Any cursed favorite memes of late? Great question. Let me look at my bookmarks on Twixter. I really like... Okay, I'll save this one. I really like that one cat. I really like this one cat too. Okay, I'll show you guys my favorite memes. I really enjoy that one cat staring blankly at the screen. The literally me cat. And there's been like a lot of variations of it. He's like staring, he's like, yeah, this guy right here. I love this cat. He might be my favorite current cat format. I kind of enjoyed every single one of him. This one. Wait. Oh, it's a rename the file. JPEG. Yes, Windows noises. This cat. I keep saying it is what it is, but what even is it? I also like this one. Me. And then I liked this one. I liked this one. It was posted on my Twitter. It's a Chinese meme. Apparently it translates to, and I quote, "Too busy going to work, forgot about going to die." business cat. He's doing business. Yeah, it's very good. It's very good. These are my top 3 memes recently that I've saved. Very, very nice. That's very good. Also, okay, Jetpack, be real with me. I wanted your opinion on this. Are we, because I'm not sure, are we fucking with the Italian designed robot bar by Borgassi 1969? Are we fucking with it or we hate it? I can't work out. We fucking with the robot bar? Yeah, we fucking with it. Heck yeah, peak. I think I'm fucking with it. I think I fuck with it. I wasn't sure. At first I was like, it's kind of goofy. But I think I kind of like him. He needs a mustache. Dude, he needs a mustache. I think it's weird, but it's weird good. At first, I was like, I'm not sure. But now I'm kind of thinking, I think I like it. It's not my style, but I think I get it. New Tumblr sexy man just dropped. He looks like he'd fall over. Yeah, you'd really hope he had like a strong base. But yeah. No, I like him. I think I like him. I think I do. I wasn't sure. He makes me a little bit scared. He's a little uncanny. But I think I like the robot cabinet. Anyway, next question. Are we keeping you from wrapping up the end of the stream by submitting your questions? You might be, so please keep submitting your questions. Next question. Have family members or friends outside of the VTuber community ever seen your streams? If not, how would you feel if someone like that was? By Flamingo. Flamingo, thank you for the question, dude. I appreciate it. No, actually. I've shown clips to Mech Mum, but I've not really let my family see what I do. Like, I've shown them art, I've shown them the jetpack, I've shown them stuff about the plushies, I showed them the plushie advertising video, I showed them me in Times Square, but I've not, like, let them actually watch streams. I think I would be fine with it, though. I just kind of... I would be afraid that Mech Mum would say some crazy stuff in the chat. Like, I don't know if I could handle my mum chatting. I also... Do I trust you boys? I do, actually. I think this community is quite weirdly family friendly. Yes and no. Like, we've got jetpacks who have kids who watch the stream with their kids. So, I think I would be okay with that. Yeah, like Mech Mum getting permabanned. Like, I'd have to tell my family, no, do not make your profile name your legal birth name and surname. Please. Mom, no, Mom, you have to call yourself Mech Mum. You can't, like, the last thing I want is like a family member to stop by and me be like, oh my God, that's your whole docs. That's your whole ass docs out there in the chat. Like, make your profile name your credit card number instead. Yeah, like, Mom, please do not reveal my entire address on stream. Mom, no, you do not have a virus. Mom, do not click that. Like, yeah, like that would, oh God, because I would see it and have to ignore it. So none of you guys know that, oh my God, my family member just typed in chat. But the worst part, what if they typed in chat with, hey sis, so great to finally catch the stream. It is just their name. Like, they're using this shit like it's goddamn Facebook. I would die. Like, that's my fear. Mech Mum is a yapper. She is actually an unequivocal extrovert. Mech Mum is 1000% an extrovert. Mexes and Mech Bro are pretty ambiverts. They're very chill. They keep to themselves, but they can go out and they can socialize. They're not necessarily socially anxious people, and not necessarily socially awkward people. I'm the socially unusual person. Although I'm getting a lot better at my confidence about socializing, and I think streaming's really helped me with that. Genuinely. I think streaming has made me a lot more comfortable socializing than I was when I started 3 years ago. But Mech Mum, holy, she's an extrovert. She would just, oh, with this place and that specific road with that specific place, and I was driving down this specific street and I went to this specific cafe. Oh, and sweet, I talked to this specific person who you specifically went to school with at this. I'm like, Mom! She would. She absolutely would. And That's why when we do the mech mum interview, it will have to be pre-recorded, because she will find a way. She would find a way. Because she's just an open book. She's lovingly, and she's a very likable person because of this, but she is an open book. Like, I never grew up in that family household where things were off-limit conversations. You know how some people have to have like the birds and the bees conversation, or they have to learn about things like how do pee-pees work, or what are periods? And not a thing for me, because mech mum is just always just being like, and this is how this thing works, and this is how I've just always known about the world from a very young age, because mech mum just nothing is sacred. And I feel like Mech Sis is going to be the same like that with her family. Probably Mech Bro as well. Jolie had to block his dad on Twitter because he kept commenting on his posts. See, this is the thing about parents, man. Like, what? They just don't get it. They just don't get it. They're going to be there with their full first name, middle name, last name, and maiden name. Just saying everything. Saying everything. Oh my God. It's so cute. But it's dangerous. Like, I want to do the mech mum interview, and probably in the next few months when she's back down because the new mechling's going to be born is when I want to do the interview. There will be segments in the edited content which will just be beep, 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 and the on-screen text will be, "This is my mum doxing me." That's gonna be a thing. All right, next question. You guys keep asking questions to keep the pod going. What's your favorite karaoke song? Good question. I don't know. Probably You're So Vain at this point. I like singing You're So Vain. I think it's a very fun song to sing, and you guys all enjoy it a lot. That or Get Back by the Beatles, I enjoy as well. So you guys are just now asking goofy questions to keep me on the pod. That is what's going on. I see this. I know what you're doing. Would you rather fight one gorilla-sized jetpack or 100 jetpack-sized gorillas? I think I'd rather fight one gorilla-sized jetpack because I just want to give him a hug. I think it was a really, really, really big jetpack. I don't think I'd even fight him. I just would use him as a big pillow and be like, "Get over here, buddy. Get over here." And I'd snuggle up on his belly. So I think it would be a giant-sized jetpack. Your voice is very cozy to fall asleep to. Insane chatter. Okay, I am your local comfort or discomfort streamer. I don't know how you manage it. You guys really seem to like my pod voice, which is definitely me talking at like my sleepy range, and that's really interesting to me because for years of streaming, I did everything in my power to avoid this voice because I thought it was very unappealing. One, due to nerves. Two, due to just like, God, people don't, this is very much just like not what anime characters sound like, you know? Very not voice actor Faymas. What's your perfect outdoor temperature? Ooh, wheezes. Great question. I think autumn day, not a lot of wind. A little bit crispy, but not freezing cold. Enough where I can wear a jacket, and if I'm really feeling like a scarf and not feel sweaty. But I'm not like shivering. That's my perfect weather. A nice jacket, but it doesn't have to be like a thick jacket. And like not too like heavy spring breeze, but maybe a little bit frosty. Yeah, that's what I want. Very soft with the right amount of rasp. Oh, thanks, boys. Stop complimenting me. Shut up. Like when I started off, I felt like I needed to probably be a bit more like voice actor Faymas. Welcome to the stream, everybody. I've been a great day. Welcome. How you doing, chat? I've been a lovely time, and you know this is how I have to present myself to make sure everyone's having a nice time, and we're really good, and we're really hanging out. And I'm also stressed, and I'm also don't know what I'm doing, and I'm really worried, and other bits landing. Am I entertaining enough? Is like, you know. Like I was so kind of like, is it, you know, but I've just become a lot more comfortable and a lot more understanding that you guys actually enjoy it when I speak this way. And I like speaking this way, you know, it's nice. It feels good. I like streamers that are more relaxed. So Yeah, thank you. I still find it crazy you guys find my voice nice enough to fall asleep to. It boggles my mind. Maybe the pod. Maybe the pod's in one space. I'm not really falling off a lot of things and screaming. Hey, cousin Jets. How have you been? It's been so long since we've been in touch. Why haven't you returned my calls? Full name, Billion Faymas. Oh, see, that's what it would be like. I definitely don't want to tell my extended family about, like, I'm very lucky. My name is Jean Faymas. Oh. Cause I just tell my family, oh yeah, I stream. My name is Jets. And then, like, I catch up with them at another family out, and they're like, hey, I tried to look up that thing you do with the streams, with the anime. I couldn't find it. Wait, what was your name again? Oh, yeah, it was Jets. You just have to look it up. Yeah, it was weird. I couldn't find it. Oh, that's crazy. Oh, maybe it's on a Jean Faymas. Oh, yeah, Jean Faymas. And they never forget how to spell. They never remember how to spell Jean Faymas. Those fools. They'll never remember. When I grow up, I want to marry Jean Faymas. Sorry, buddy, when you grow up, too young for me. You're not 40? It's over, buddy. No chance! Also shoot higher, bro. Shoot higher. You can do a lot better. I don't think I'm very much the marriaging kind of material. I don't think I'm very qualified, or I've never really been qualified to do so. Damn, I need to age 5 more years rapidly. They only found the American football team? You mean the band, Sandy? Jess, your voice is chill vibes. Thanks, Dubious. Jess is more godmother material. Yeah, exactly. I'm aunt. I'm really good at being an aunt. And I'm getting really comfortable with being an aunt. Although I have to do more day trips to see my nieces and my nephew. Because little my nephew is getting so big. He's going to be tall. He's basically the size as Mechni, despite being half the age. Crazy. The masculine urge to princess carry the tomboy? No, never, and I wouldn't allow it. We've been over this. You'd have to throw me over your shoulder, fireman style, and I'd kick and scream. Yeah, he's gonna be a footy player. Literally, Mech Bro was like, I think my son's gonna be a footy player. And I was like, dude, you're absolutely correct. He's totally gonna be a footy player. He's so big. He's such a strong lad. Just beating us up for trying to princess carry. I would. I'm freaking, that's why I do my weightlifting, boys, so I can fight you guys. So you don't princess carry me. Okay. Okay. Long question. Interesting. Let me read this out and we'll try and unpack it. I know you always said that you would like to keep the stream cozy and a chill and hang out with the bros in your own little corner of the internet, and I completely agree, and I love you for that. But recent, VTuber corporate movements have got me thinking about what is actually necessary for this. Have you ever looked at, for example, the view count or vibes of the chat or Discord and felt the need to self-sabotage or otherwise try and put people off so things stay at a scale you're comfortable with? Lots of love from Elwood. Yes and no. I think when I was really first starting off, before I even got partner, there was a genuine part of my brain that wanted to start self-sabotaging because I was worried I wouldn't be able to know everyone in chat and know everyone's day and be able to properly have a back and forth and properly have a banter. And I would be like, what if I stopped forgetting which jetpacks were at college and what jetpacks were doing this? And I would feel, bad, like I wasn't respecting people who supported what I did and all that kind of stuff. But then I realized as more jetpacks stopped by, that doesn't stop. It's sometimes I'm more scatterbrained, but it still stays cozy. It's really like, I feel like you can have a cozy atmosphere at any size if people just want to fucking play ball. It really is about just having the chat culture. Even on the most crazy streams where you guys are going crazy and hyper, like on a birthday stream or a debut, it still feels like the jetpack. you guys are still doing community memes and community jokes, and it's still the same space as always. So come what may, how many jetpacks are here, I still feel like it's always going to feel like the same community no matter what. Purple to the core, boys. Purple to the core. But thank you for the question. I do get that idea. I feel like the only way it could possibly entirely change is if I chose to completely re-debut, graduate, rebrand, and join like a massive corporation, because then you're coming from a completely different perspective. And I'm going to be honest, I don't think I could ever do that. I don't think I could ever do that. I don't think I feel like I would ever be able to leave this. I would not be able to leave you guys. Full stop. End of story. I wouldn't want to do that. It wouldn't make me happy. I wouldn't be able to do it. So, yeah. The only way it would actually change is if I chose to do that, and there's no fucking way I would choose to do that. If I ever joined an agency, it would be on my own terms, and I would be the same me as always. Ooh! I said I would be answering every question, and this is a spicy one. Ooh! Alright. Let's get into it. Let's unpack this. Jets, what are your honest thoughts on 18 plus art / comments made of you? Oh, righty then, boys. I will uphold. I've talked about this beforehand. Vivi typed this question. Vivi typed this question. I've talked about this before. I've actually talked about this before, so some jetpacks will know the answer to this question. I talked about this back when I got rid of my 18 plus tag. I used to have an 18 plus tag. There used to be an 18 plus channel on the Discord. Then the 18 plus tag is jet artisan, like jettisoning out of a plane. It's fucking brilliant. I think it maybe is one of the best lewd art tags of all times. Jettison, like, also jet art sin, like, come on, it's so good. Anyway, I talked about this back when I chose to remove that tag and remove the Discord role. I actually have quite a chill understanding of this kind of stuff, in regards of I come from like an arts background where I think a lot of stuff like that that's fun and frisky is playful and cheeky, and I know that I am on rule R43, R42, because when I googled myself once for information for a company, it came up. So I know if I exist on the internet, if you're on the internet, there's porn of it, and I'm fine with that. I'm very casual about it. Despite the fact that you guys like to bully me about being a prude, I'm fine with it. I'm actually fine. I feel like if people want to make stuff, it's creative. I would never stop someone or limit someone's creativity. If for some reason you're creatively inclined to do that and you're inspired to do that, be my guest. It's more one of the things of people weren't really making stuff. Also, I'm not really a erotic individual. Like, I don't really feel like I present myself that way, or appeal to that kind of market much. There, I just felt like it was there and people weren't really doing much with it, and so I was like, the vibes are really just casual and hanging out. So if people want to make that stuff, they can. I actually have no, like, I'm not gonna be like, you can't make sussy things. Like, it will happen. Let people have that fun. Like, I genuinely think it's fun. I think if people want to do that wherever they want to do that, and that's on them. If people want to use the art tag on Twitter, that's completely fine too. I've not checked the art tag on Twitter on years. Maybe I should. You're inclined to do so, and I actually am supportive of all kinds of art. End of story. It's more just like in the Discord, on stream, the vibes just don't rock with that, you know? We're just chilling. We make a lewd joke here, make a sussy thing there, but in the community Discord, it's just hanging out with the lads. So it doesn't feel congruent to have that kind of stuff in the space, because it just doesn't tend to really work with the vibes, you know? It just doesn't come up. Yeah, I respect the art for the art's sake 1000%, and I'm completely fine with people oogling or doing goofy stuff. If anything, I find it, when it was happening, I was just like, very bashful and confused and didn't know how to respond. I was like, me? Really? Why? Huh? What if I'm not seeing what you... okay, buddy. I mean, I'm not really seeing what you're seeing here, but... Like, you realize Big Tits VTuber McGee is literally up the road doing ecchi content. Like... yeah, go... I mean... Power to you, my man. Like, I just don't see myself framed as that. But if people feel that way, power to them, I guess. I'm just never sure what really to say other than thanks, I think. But this is like being me my entire life. I don't see myself as a as an erotic. That's the word for it. Like as a sexual individual. All my friendships I've ever had, or people I've known, or guys or girls or people I interacted with study, like no one's ever come up to me at a bar and be like, fat cheeks, babe. Like I have a very platonic personality, you know? I have a very platonic personality where people have never treated me that way in life. I think it's why I get along really good with guys as well as girls throughout my entire life. Why I've been friends with dudes as well as chicks is because I have a very just like, hi, I'm here to talk about how much I like trains. And they go, all right, order me another beer. You know? Yeah, hey buddy, you got the wrong door. Clear stuff is 2 blocks down. So just because of that, I kind of didn't feel a need to keep the tag around because it just didn't feel congruent with who I am. Yeah, but if people want to make art, I will always support people making art. I'm flattered, a bit confused, but flattered. Seriously. Next question. Oh my god, we're gonna have to finish. Okay, people are sending through lots of questions. I'm gonna get through these very fast. We have to wrap up the pod very soon. It's almost 3 hours. God, how have I talked for 3 hours? Just went to see an old French movie, Les Cimarrois in cinema. We went to one of movies like Drive without Melville making cold professional the only criminals. So cool. Love that movie. He's working. In general, it's a very cool movie. Hell yeah. Thank you for the suggestion. Put it in the Discord. I would love to watch it. I've never heard of it before. Next question. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? This is a job interview, Miss Faymas. Great question, actually. I'll be a hag. Mechlings will be probably going off to school, so I'll be full Auntie Jets energy. I'll hopefully be streaming. Hopefully we'll be streaming. Hopefully you guys will still be here, and many of you guys won't be. Many of you guys will be on to doing your own thing. Hopefully I'll be still supporting my peers, streaming, making funny videos, playing video games. Hopefully I've pushed the boundaries of what I can do with VTubing. Hopefully I've met more cool streamers and creative people to collaborate with. Hopefully I've been able to put together some really cool projects, achieve some of the projects that have been in the back of my mind for a long time, make them reality, and made some really cool things. Genuinely. Probably I have a second cat. Yeah. I think that's what I'll be in 5 years. Will you do mod games like what Cleo did for her VIPs? Last mod standing wins? Never thought about that. I like all the pack. Hey, you're trying to call the pack mods. No. Mod check. We respect. Hold on. We respect. We don't have a lot of mods, boys. We can't afford to kill them all off, okay? Also, what would we do if QP's the last one? Jesus, how horrible would that be? Peace and love, Q. Peace and love. Peace and love. Peace and love. Shut the fuck up! I I said I was going to read all these questions, but I really do not want to read this question. Oh. You don't think you're an erotic individual, but we think you are. You don't have the feelings you repel than the cold hearts of men. Shut the fuck up, boys. Don't bully me like that. Don't bully me like that. That's cruel, okay? Don't say that, my man. Okay, final questions. We're gonna have to wrap up the question. If you had to be a fan of sport, what would it be? Tennis. I don't know. Tennis. Fuck it. If I was gonna go to watch any sport live, fuck it, I'll watch tennis. You get to dress up in funny outfits. And I like tennis skirts, I like tennis dresses. I also like the movie challenges. Although I don't know if badminton? Maybe squash. Yeah, tennis. Have you ever had to cut a viewer off for excessive parasociality? Not the... Okay, this is the final question. I won't answer any more questions after this. Putting my foot down. Because I have to wrap up the pod very soon. No. Not that I'm aware of, personally. If any Jetpack has chosen to stop watching the stream because maybe they felt that way, I respect that. But I wouldn't be aware of it. I hope, at least, for a lot of people, I've kept the dynamic here as chill as possible, where most people kind of know where I stand on things, you know? I feel like it's my responsibility as the streamer to endeavor to try and keep things really honest and raw in regards of, like, this is casual, we are literally bros, we are hanging out, but I'm still streamer. I'm still streamer Faymas that you bully and you support, and I give you cool content and you enjoy cool content, and the second you start hating content, you can fuck off, you know? You don't owe me shit. I owe you guys the best I can possibly make, and that's about it, you know? So no marriage for Oji sons. No marriage! Only tomboy friend! I'd like to hope that I don't try and lean too far into anything that would make, you know, would cross the line of dubious parasociality. And I hope as well that you guys are mature enough members of the community that if you felt yourselves going that way, you would know to check yourself before you wreck yourself. And honestly, I've said this before, people demonize parasociality a lot. I think it's very natural. I think it can happen to anyone. I think you can get attached to anything, a book, a musician, an idea, a streamer. I think it's completely fair. I would like it to be that if someone felt that way, they'd be like, ooh, and then they'd also feel free to come back and enjoy the stream in a way that's really neutral and really relaxed and just hanging out. Parasociality, it can happen to anyone. Exactly. There's levels, and it's more of just not letting it take over your life. And that goes both ways, for the streamer as well as the community. Genuinely. It's good to take a break from anything time to time. A series, you know, any kind of obsession. Yeah, and it's about not just there being boundaries, but knowing your boundaries, you know? Everyone has a degree in which they can enjoy something, in which it's too much. Cure to Jets is parasocially. Hi, I'm Jets, and I like 40-year-old men! I mean, oh my god. I think the way that I avoid parasociality, I would like to hope, is just being too much of a loose cannon, right? And being too stubborn. I think the negative parasociality that can develop in VTuber spaces is when individuals or communities or such feel a kind of ownership, protection, and or attachment to the individual in a way that veers into control. And unfortunately, I'm too much of a quirked up white girl I do my own shit. Like, and you both just have to go, oh God, what is she gonna do this time? All right, well, I guess Jets is now just doing that. I can't even fix her, even in my fantasies. Go, white girl, go. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So I think because of that, hopefully that allows you guys to not feel, you guys just sit there and watch the fuckery unfold, you know? Exactly. I think there's certain ones, onus on the streamer to not allow conditions for entitlement to settle in. Wow, that's a very eloquently wrote sentence, Edward, but I do agree. Bros can have tits too. That's what I'm saying, my man. The best we can do is distract you with arts questions. Exactly. You guys can only keep me around by asking more questions and more art questions. But talking about questions, these have all been really good questions today. Thank you guys for asking them. Thank you guys for hanging out and talking to me for this final episode of the pod. I want to say thank you to you all again, from the bottom of my heart, bottom of my freaking cold dead tomboy heart, for engaging so much with this series, enjoying it, being here for it. Like, genuinely, it's your guys' questions that have been so interesting that have allowed these episodes to just flow by. And we've talked about so many different parts of streaming world, creativity, projects, ideas, and I still feel like we have barely scratched the surface, so there will be more Q&As and more questions going forwards in the later seasons, and I can't wait till we start interviewing people and being able to get that insight from other creatives, not just myself, because I don't know everything. I hope you guys know that a lot of this has just been like, it's just my opinion, man, because I do not know everything. It's been a lot of, as a community, we've been spitballing, trying to work it out, tentatively throwing ideas out there. And we've not come to conclusions on all the points. We've just kind of considered some different perspectives, and I've enjoyed it. So I hope that with talking to more people and asking, more from other creative people, we'll get even a better insight on everything and learn a little bit more. Cannot wait for season 2. I'm really glad. I also can't wait for season 2 as well. To the extent you know anything is impressive. Honestly, true. The fact that I know even the bare minimum is impressive, considering how little my brain functions. But that being said, season one. Oops. Episode titling is confusing. Who should we send our support to? Hackling is live. How long has she been live? How long has Hackling been live? Let's check. We should rate the Hackling. Thank you for the stream. Thank you for hanging out. You know what? Send you guys somewhere real cozy. Quintessential, thank you for using your Prime pack for 8 months of support. Thank you for using your Prime here. Thank you for sharing your Bezos bucks over in this corner of the woods and supporting what I do. Thank you all for supporting me, what I do. A lot of stuff I've talked about today, I really want to reiterate. I'm very fortunate to be able to say and do and choose to be and do what I choose everything. I'm able to be independent and put on the creative projects that I do and stream the games I like and say what I feel and go on breaks and stream with whoever the fuck I want to and support whoever the hell I want to and network and make whatever art I want because you guys support me and because you guys are so encouraging, and so thank you for being such a chill, amazing community. I really, really appreciate it. Now we're talking about another person who does whatever the hell they want, who's a very cool streamer, who cares about just making goofy content. We're gonna go send our support over to Hackling. Thank you guys for hanging out. Here's the raid message if you'd like to grab it. Have an amazing, wonderful, brilliant, and lovely, and boys, until next time, just in case I don't get to see you next time, that's all good, because at least this time I get to say jetpack, jetting out. Yeah, hit it with a little cozy raid. Hit her with your favorite little comfy jetpack emotes, maybe a little coffee bevy pack, whatever you'd please. If you'd like to join the Discord, you can find out stuff there. I won't be back tomorrow. It's my day off. I'm doing admin work, but then we will be back with Doom 2 on the Thursday, all day Dootin' on the CRT. Wait, is that the CRT? No, we're doing Karma that day. The weekend's Doom. Karma, chameleon. again. Thank you all for being here for season 1 of Unpacking. I have been your host, Jean Faymas. I've been here with my co-host, the Jetpack. Can we get a round of applause for the co-host, the Jetpack? Wow, couldn't have asked for a better co-host. No music recommendations. I've been listening to lots of Johnny Mitchell. Also, I re-listened to Pulp 2000. Yeah, I would say if you would like to, I'm listening to a lot to Pulp 2000. It's really good. It's very fun. Sorted East Waves is a banger. Let's finish the stream by listening to that, and then be lovely to Hackling. Amazing, wonderful, brilliant, lovely, all the rest of it. Start the song, Bungus. Bye, everybody. Enjoy Pulp. Disco 2000 is so fucked up because it's like club tunes and he talks about his sexual fantasies. It's really weird. Bye. Have a good one. Until next time. That's so good. Take care. I'll see you later. Bye.
This has been a Cynapse Inc broadcast. Cynapse Inc linking you with a safer tomorrow.